Newark Pilots Baseball on 1420 WACK.com is brought to you in part by Concord Ford, by Market Alternatives, Gilbert Automotive Supply, by Nicholas Financial, by Magnum Auto Parts, by Walmart, Mark's Pizzeria, and the Lions National Bank. The Newark Pilots on 1420 WACK.com of WACK Hometown Radio. And welcome to Colburn Park here in Newark on this beautiful, sunny, late July Thursday afternoon for another entry into the Big Book of Baseball, the final one for this season for the Pilots, eliminated from postseason play last night as they took a loss to the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs in town and knocked them out of playoff contention. Victor RailRiders in town for this final game of the regular season. We'll be bringing you all the action here from Colburn Park. Big night, finale, fireworks later on. And a big crowd on hand already for the final game of the regular season. Good to see, show out for the fans. You know, kind of a disappointing season from people I've talked to by and large. That's the main thing. They'll say the first word is kind of disappointing because the Pilots have been so successful, maybe to some degree, I guess, a bit of a victim of their own success. They've been in this Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League for 5 seasons now. The first 4, they went to the playoffs. In fact, their inaugural season, they took it all. They won the championship. They were West Division champs last year, made the playoffs in 2013, won the division again in 2012, and again in their first season, 2011, took it all. So the first season, they've really had to deal with some adversity, had some injury problems, got short on arms, especially late in the year when they're playing so many games in such a short period of time. But all in all, a successful season in terms of, you know, what they wanted to do. Put some people out here in the seats in the town of Newark, the village, bring them out here, have a good time. They've done that. The doubleheader we had out here the other night, last Friday night, upwards of 2,000 people in attendance, which is pretty good, especially for a park where the attendance is at 2,000, so standing room only. And for the kids who played this year, disappointing in that they won't be going to the playoffs. They're not going to have a championship to brag about, but a good year. They got the reps in, they got the games in, and you know, at this level, that's what you're looking for. Most of them, if not all of them, probably not back next year, but I'm sure for the great majority of them, they will remember their summer playing ball for the Pilots in Newark. So we're just about set to get things underway here. We'll have the opening lineups for you, brought to you by your local Wayne County McDonald's, and get to playing some ball out here at Colburn Park in Newark right after this on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
Somewhere between birth and retirement, life happens. For everything in between, there's Nichols Financial Services. There to help you protect your family with auto, homeowners, recreational vehicle, life, and commercial insurance products. Homegrown and part of your community. They have over 30 years' experience. It's never too early to plan, protect, and save. Do it all with the people you can trust. Online at NicholsFinancialServices.com or stop by the office in Newark, Seneca Falls, and Sodus. Great rates. Great service for a lifetime.
Magnum Auto Parts of Palmyra is your Napa know-how auto parts store. Whether it's a part for your car, truck, or SUV, foreign or domestic, Magnum Auto Parts has the part. They also carry parts for your lawn and garden tractor. Magnum Auto Parts also makes hydraulic hoses. Stop in and pick up this month's flyer for specials of the month. Magnum Auto Parts, Route 31, West Palmyra. 315-597-4854. That's 315-597-4854.
You're listening to Newark Pilots Baseball on 1420 WACK.com.
Back at Newark's Colburn Park one more time for the final contest of their season here for the Newark Pilots. We're getting set to bring you the starting lineups brought to you by your local Wayne County McDonald's. I'm loving it for the Pilots. Batting first and in right field, Will Gorman. Some changes in the lineup for this final game, as you might expect. Anthony Spina will go in and play center field, get the start in center field and bat second. Willie Yan bats third. And will start in left field as opposed to his more usual third base position. Cody Wiktorski will start at his usual position, shortstop. and he'll bat cleanup tonight. Cody Wiktorski batting in the 4th slot. Batting 5th and starting at third base is Kyle Bartleman. A little change of scenery for Kyle, who's normally out there at second base. Batting 6th, Martin starts at second base. Batting 7th and starting at first, Corey Lurch. Batting 8th and catching, Mike Lanza and the pitcher Nick Wegman on the hill. Time for the national anthem. We'll get that underway and come back and bring you some baseball from Colburn right after these.
It's spring loan season at LNB. Time to turn your crash pad into a cash pad. Get a 15-year home equity loan with no closing costs for as low as 3.4% APR. Plus, with LNB, you'll enjoy the hometown advantage. Friendly, personalized service from financial specialists you can trust. Unlock your home's equity today. Learn more at bankwithlnb.com.
It's all about people.
Some restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Get the best price on lawn and garden supplies at the Walmart Garden Center, Route 31 in Newark. Whether maintaining your lawn and garden or entertaining guests out on the patio, Walmart's selection of lawn and garden equipment has got you covered. You'll find everything you need, including mulch, flowers, better quality plants, and all the gardening tools and accessories you'll need. Walmart's great selection of lawn and garden equipment is tailored to match your needs and won't cost a bundle. Stock up on lawn and garden equipment and supplies at Walmart Supercenter, Route 31 Newark. Walmart, save money, live better. Listen for the Newark Pilots all season long on 1420 WACK.com.
And we're set to play some ball at Colburn Park. Pilots hosting the RailRiders of Victor. Final contest of the season for the Pilots. Victor will go on to playoff ball as they will take second in the Western Division. Let's finish up the starting lineups with the Victor RailRiders lineup this evening. Batting first and starting at second base will be Tom Wagner. Joe Simmons starts in center field and bats second. Batting third, Dale Wickham. Left fielder is the ceremonial first pitch. A good pitch. This game being sponsored by the U.S. Army and Lifetime Care. Cleanup slot being held by Nick Bolin for the RailRiders. He'll start at first base. Starting as shortstop and batting fifth from Norfolk State, Aaron Endress. Batting sixth and doing the catching duty, Dale Kissel. Matt Brooks will start in right field and bat seventh. DH tonight for the RailRiders, Connor Golden bats eighth, and the bottom of the order and starting at third base will be Chris Lehaney. Starting on the mound, right-handed pitcher Colin Johnson for the Victor RailRiders. The starting lineups brought to you by your local Wayne County McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it. So a game that statistically and in the record books doesn't mean a lot of anything for either of these teams. Victor, they're solid in second place. They're not going anywhere with the final day of the regular season. They will be hosting the Utica Brewers for that one-game play-in playoff contest. The Pilots, for the first time in their 5-year history, eliminated from playoff contention. And I guess, one team's misfortune, the Pilots missing the playoffs, is another team's good fortune. As for the very first time in their history, and they've been in the league since 2013, the Utica Brewers will be in the playoffs. Good crowd on hand out here at Colburn. They've just about filled the stands. Got a room for a few more. If you're in the area, bring the family on down and join us for the final contest of the regular season. Good to see a great turnout here. The Pilots just kind of ran out of gas. They've had a chance. They were still in contention as of last night, tied with the Brewers for that third slot. And were in the lead for a while last night, 3-1, before the game was broken open by the Mohawk Valley Devil Dogs in the fifth and sixth innings. Nick Wegman will get the start for the Pilots. Left-handed pitching Nick Wegman. As we get set to start this one. Nice breeze blowing left to right across the field and your internet connection. That big old American flag in full view in straightaway center field at the 4:02 mark. Wegman, left-handed pitcher, bats and throws left, is 6'1", 190. Attends Binghamton as a freshman and makes his home in Appalachian, New York. Wagner, Simmons, and Wickham will come to the plate to start this off for the RailRiders. Little cooler, nice to have that breeze than last night. Out here at Colburn, the sunshine covering the field except for that spot out there in left where the shade is provided by the big Colburn Park scoreboard. First pitch, and we're underway, and it's called strike one. Pitch from Wegman, swung on and missed, strike two. The Pilots falling last night here at Colburn, 6-4 to Mohawk Valley. This one's hit in the air out to right field. Moving over and under it is Gorman. Makes the put out. And there's one away. That one carried up in that breeze. Gorman patient with it. Tracked it down, put it away. And there's one down here in the top of the first inning. And that'll bring Joe Simmons to the plate. Joe Simmons, 6'2", 220, bats and throws right. From nearby Victor, New York, so he's a hometown product for the Victor RailRiders and attends St. John Fisher as a junior. Takes ball one from Nick Wegman, getting the start here for the Pilots. Final game of the season for Newark. Swung on and hit foul and out of play. Big crowd on hand. They'll probably use a good portion of the roster. Get everybody a chance to play here in the final game. Here's the pitch. Lefty delivers, swung on and missed. And it'll be 1-2. So good to see the big crowd showing up to support their Newark Pilots here in the final game. Though they will not be playing in the playoffs for the very first time in their 5-year history. This one swung on and fouled out of play. And that's what you talk to most people around here, the first thing they will mention. It's kind of disappointing for that reason. But sometimes from adversity, rises triumph. And sometimes you got to go through some tough times before you can really get to the really good times. 1-2 the count. We've got one down, just underway here at Colburn Park on this late July sunny afternoon. Swung on and missed, and there's two away. The first K for Wegman. And that'll bring up Dale Wickham, left fielder out of Cornell University. With two away and nobody aboard. Wickham, another Victor native on the Victor RailRider squad. Left-handed hitter. Lefty on the hill delivers. Wegman, and swinging and missing is Wickham. There's one strike. Bats left, throws right, 5'11", 170. Freshman at Cornell. Nick Wegman goes to work. Swung on and hits sharply out to second base. Picked up over to first in time for the out. That's Mark Martin getting the start at second. Does a good job of staying with that one and decides retired. We've finished a half inning of play here at Colburn Park. No score on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
At Tradition Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC and Tradition Chevrolet Buick, we know trust isn't given, it's earned. That's why we will do whatever it takes to earn your trust. You can trust in our tradition of total customer satisfaction and saving you thousands. And now you get more than ever before with the Tradition difference, including our price match guarantee, plus reimbursement for towing, emergency roadside assistance, tire replacement, and so much more. Trust in the Tradition difference today at Tradition Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC and Tradition Chevrolet Buick.
This June, Gilbert Automotive Supply, your participating Napa Auto Parts store, is jam-packed with savings. Just $1.99 gets you the Scott Shop Towels on a roll, a 12-ounce bottle of Max Concentrated Injector Cleaner, or a 12-ounce can of Max Carb, Choke, and Throttle Body Cleaner. All just $1.99 each. Plus, Dad would love an Evercraft 30-piece, quarter-inch, and 3/8-inch drive socket set. And it's on sale for just $17.99. Stop by Gilbert Automotive Supply in Newark or Lyons today.
The Newark Pilots and 1420 WACK.com. A winning combination.
Welcome back to Colburn Park, just underway on this sunny late July afternoon. We've completed a half inning of play, no score, and the Pilots coming to the plate. They'll be facing Colin Johnson on the hill for the RailRiders. Tall right-handed pitcher. Colin Johnson will be facing Gorman, Spina, and Jan for the Pilots. Will Gorman, right fielder. RIT student, left-handed hitter, steps in. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Swung on and lined out to center field for a base hit. That's the way to start things off. With a bit of punctuation. First pitch, first base hit. And the first base runner for the Pilots, Will Gorman. Starts the game in convincing fashion. And that'll bring Anthony Spina to the plate. Spina getting the start here in center field for the Pilots. They may have been eliminated from postseason play, but they certainly have not had their enthusiasm eliminated. Here's the pitch to the right-handed hitter, looks inside for a ball. So Johnson has only appeared in one game. Colin Johnson out of Monroe Community College. He's trying to track down some stats on him. He's pitched one inning of play. Swung on, this one's fouled back to the screen. He's allowed one run, one earned run, one walk, and struck out one. One's all the way through until you get to his ERA, which stands because of that short, the abbreviated period of time he's worked, is 9.0. Anthony Spina, man on first, is Will Gorman. We're just underway here in the bottom of the first inning at Colburn. Johnson pitches and misses for a ball. Anthony Spina attends Amherst College, makes his home in Brooklyn, New York, 180, 6'1", bats and throws right, and takes ball 3-1 now, the count. So Victor, they will finish in second here in the West Division. The only question standing-wise, and missing here the pitch, and that'll be a walk. Anthony Spina will head down to first. Will Gorman trots over to second. That'll bring Willie Jan to the plate. Would be the playoff position in the East. One game separating Albany and Glens Falls, and they're playing tonight. The question I had, and I'll have to ask these guys when I get a chance, is who owns the tiebreaker in that series between Albany and Glens Falls? If Glens Falls wins tonight, they will be all tied up. And, well, nobody knows right now, but we'll try to find that. This one's lined out the center, but right at the center fielder, that's Simmons, puts it away, and there's one down. Runners will stay put. Cody Wiktorski batting cleanup tonight, starting at shortstop. Will Gorman started the game with a solid base hit. He's on at second. Anthony Spina walked. He's on at first base. And Cody Wiktorski, the batter. Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. Wiktorski batting, and he bats and throws right. 6'1", 195 from Penfield, New York. Takes a strike. One of a couple of pilots attending St. John Fisher, the other being Kevin Berge. Will Gorman takes a healthy lead out there at second. Anthony Spina gets his lead off first. One away. 1-1 the count on Cody Wiktorski. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit on the ground down to third. That'll be out at third. Force out. And that's the only out that the RailRiders will pick up. The ball chopped on the ground down to Lahaney. He goes over and steps on the bag at third for the force out. So runners still at first and second, but now the runner at second is Spina, and the runner at first is Cody Wiktorski, the batter, Kyle Bartleman. Bartleman starting at third base tonight. Left-handed hitter out of Columbia University. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. 5'10", 175. Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, his hometown. Kyle Bartleman swinging and lining this one out to left for a base hit. Rounding second and heading home is Spina. Here's the throw, and the play at the plate is they've got him. Thrown out at home is Anthony Spina, and that will retire the side. So they get a couple of hits, no runs. Leave 2 aboard, and our score at the end of 1-0 between Newark and Victor on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
This is your loving reminder to try McDonald's new sirloin third-pound burgers, made with juicy 100% North American sirloin and premium ingredients. But they're only here for a limited time, and if you miss out, you'll never know how incredibly delicious they taste. Just like you'll never know how incredible it is to read people's minds.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Or see the inside of the refrigerator after you shut the door.
Dark.
Don't miss the sirloin third-pound burgers at McDonald's. Better enjoy this lovin' while it lasts. At participating McDonald's.
A fresh brewed sweet tea from McDonald's gives you sweet relief when you need it most. Like when you're on a deadline and your email keeps dinging and your work phone keeps ringing and your cell phone keeps buzzing. But your sweet tea's refreshing, so you're working and smiling and sipping while you're typing and talking and texting all at the same time.
Get sweet relief with McDonald's sweet tea. Grab a large for just $1. That's more lovin' for less at McDonald's. Limited time offer. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only.
The Newark Pilots in 1420 WACK.com. A winning combination.
Welcome back to Colburn Park. Just underway, heading for the second inning. Retired the side in order did Nick Wegman in the first inning, and so it'll be 4, 5, 6 for the RailRiders, Boland, Andrus, and Kissel. So over in the East, the winner of tonight's game will play between Albany and Glens Falls in the playoffs. Both teams come into play. Here's the first pitch. Swinging and fouling this one out of play is Boland. With 22 wins, Glens Falls has 27 losses, Albany 26. Glens Falls owns the season series 8-4. Nick Wegman quickly out ahead of the leadoff man here in the second inning for the RailRiders. That's Nick Boland. Lefty goes to work again. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Ball gets away from Lanza. Throw down to first. Plenty of time. 1 down. Aaron Enders now, shortstop out of Norfolk State. Comes to the plate for the RailRiders. Enders out of Chenango, New York. 6'1", 205. Bats and throws right. He's a junior at Norfolk State University. Here's the pitch from Wegman. Over for strike 1. Here's the pitch. Swing on and miss. Strike 2. Quickly out ahead of another hitter is Nick Wegman. Getting the start here for the Pilots in the final game of the regular season, in the final game of their season, period. As they will, for the first time in their 5-year team history, miss the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League playoffs. This one fouled right back to the screen. Beautiful sunshiny late July afternoon here at Colburn Park. Nice breeze blowing across the field. This one is tapped back to the screen again. Count remains 0-2. Shadows beginning to lengthen out there in left field. Aaron Endres, the batter. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This is foul back and out of play. So Wegman's made 10 appearances, appeared in 10 games, mostly in a relief role. He started 5 games, and he has 1 complete game to his credit this season. 37 innings pitched. 1-3 is his 1-loss record, and he sports an ERA of 3.16. Swung on, and did he get a piece of that one? He did. He stays alive. Tap foul back to the screen. 1 down, nobody aboard. Top of 2. Final game of the season for the Newark Pilots. Good crowd on hand. Lots of activities for everybody. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit foul and out of play. This is a battle. Aaron Endres and Nick Wegman. Southpaw for the Pilots gets a fresh baseball, heads back to the mound. Endres, starting shortstop for the RailRiders, gets set to step back into the box. Count still 0-2. Big crowd on hand at Colburn Park for the finale. Got him. Strike 3. It's 2 away. Second strikeout for Wegman. And that'll bring Drew Kissel, starting catcher tonight for the RailRiders, to the plate. Kissel from Jacksonville, Indiana. Junior at St. Catherine, 6'1". Bats left, throws right. Facing Nick Wegman, lefty on the hill for the Pilots, who delivers down low for a ball. Wegman gets set, goes to work again. This catches the corner for a strike, 1-1 the count. So disappointing in that they missed the playoffs for the first time in their 5-year team history, but certainly encouraging to see the support of the fans out here. Swung on and hit out to right for a base hit. Sharply hit ground ball through the hole out to right field, and the RailRiders have a runner aboard with 2 down here in the top of the second inning. That'll bring up Matt Brooks. Matt Brooks starting in right field. We didn't have a lot of information on him going into this one. If we can pick up any along the way. You can see that he's a left-handed hitter. Strike 1. Big crowd on hand. So we had a big crowd last Friday night for the doubleheader. 2,000 plus here at Colburn. Encouraging to see the support and enthusiasm from the hometown fans, despite the fact that this team has not been what it has been in previous seasons. This is lined out to left for a base hit. It'll hit the ground and just kind of die out there, so the runner will stick at second. That's Endres. He lives in Auburn. Thank you. Now we're getting caught up with Matt Brooks' story. He's a freshman at a school that starts with a big M. Monroe Community College. Thank you. All I can see was that M. All right, good. I'm glad we got that straightened out. Well, runners at first and second after 2 retired here. The RailRiders are making a little noise. Connor Golden at the plate takes a strike. Connor Golden attends Marietta College. He's the DH tonight for the RailRiders. 5'8", 175. Hails from South Charleston, West Virginia. Bats left, throws right. Compact left-handed hitter. Looks at that one down low for a ball. So Wegman got Bolin, then Enders on strikes. Kissel reached with the base hit. Ground ball base hit. Then Brooks lining sharply to left center for a base hit. That pitch misses. It's 2-1. Here's the pitch from Wegman. Swung on, hit in on the ground out to second base, and touching the bag there is Martin. That'll retire the side. So they pick up a couple of hits, no runs. They strand 2 in our score at the end of 1.5, 0-0 in the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
What's the hometown advantage? A better banking experience. Banking doesn't have to feel like a hassle. At LNB, you get friendly, personalized service from local financial experts you know and trust. Plus, the convenience of LNB's online and mobile banking means you can bank anywhere, anytime. Bank with LNB and discover your hometown advantage. Learn more at bankwithlnb.com.
It's all about people.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Mark's Pizzeria in Newark has great combo specials.
Mark's Pizzeria.
Choose your combo and add-ons like their chicken fingers, pasta, mac and cheese, or fried ravioli. Add it to Mark's delicious pizza and save with their family and dinner combos. Get your coupon and order online at markspizzeria.com. For great tasting pizzas, subs, wings, calzones, pasta, and more, make it Mark's. Mark's Pizzeria in Newark. Simply the best. Call 331-4974.
Mark's Pizzeria.
The Newark Pilots and 1420 WACK.com. A winning combination.
Heading for the bottom of the second here at Colburn. Stonehill with the play-by-play on 1420 WACK.com and NewarkPilots.com. Keep up with the Newark Pilots all the time online, NewarkPilots.com. And at the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League website, everything Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball. That's PGCBL.com. You can follow the game on Twitter when you can't catch the live video stream. Keep up to date at Newark Pilots on Twitter. Final contest of the regular season. And it's the bottom of the order coming up here in the bottom of the second inning. Martin, Lurch, and Lanza. Mark Martin starting this game at second base has had a couple put-outs out there at second already. That is typical position, but he's fielded it well so far. In the early going, no score here, heading into the bottom of the second inning at Colburn. Martin leads this team in batting average. Takes strike one. Comes in batting .319 on the season with 28 ribbies, which also leads the way on the Pilots. Swung on and chopped foul. It's good to see the crowd on hand. Despite the fact that kind of a season not expected to miss the playoffs here in Newark. They've been in the league for 4 years. Took the championship their first season, won the West Division their second, were in the playoffs their third, and won the West last season. But you know you're going to hit a bump in the road eventually. Swung on and hit on the ground out to second base. High hop for the second baseman over to first in time for the out. And one's retired. Wagner out there at second for the RailRiders. Handling that high hopper. You know, the great thing is the kids out here. The community has really been a great addition to the community. This team, the ballpark. First pitch here to Lurch is inside for a ball. And for a lot of these kids that get to come out here and catch a few baseball games in the summertime out at Colburn Park, it may be their only opportunity to do so. This one's knocked on the ground again, out to second. Wagner again fielding it over to first again and out. There's two down now here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring the bottom of the order. Mike Lanza Nope, check that. Actually, Lonzo's batting 8th, as Nick Wegman will be batting and hitting and batting 9th. Be pitching and hitting as a pitcher, which in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League you can do. You can either choose to have your pitcher hit or send a DH in for your pitcher. This is inside for a ball. Nice breeze blowing across the field. This one's lined hit on the ground out the center field for a base hit. So a 2-out base runner for the Pilots. And Nick Wegman comes to the plate. Nick Wegman, left-handed hitter. Facing the righty on the hill for the RailRiders as Johnson pops up the first pitch. Shallow left field, moving back as the shortstop. Endress makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So we finished 2 here at Colburn. Still no score on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
Somewhere between birth and retirement, life happens. For everything in between, there's Nichols Financial Services. There to help you protect your family with auto, homeowners, recreational vehicle, life and commercial insurance products. Homegrown and part of your community. They have over 30 years experience. It's never too early to plan, protect, and save. Do it all with the people you can trust. Online at NicholsFinancialServices.com or stop by the office in Newark, Seneca Falls, and Sodus. Great rates. Great service for a lifetime.
Magnum Auto Parts of Palmyra is your Napa Know-How Auto Parts store. Whether it's a part for your car, truck, or SUV, foreign or domestic, Magnum Auto Parts has the part. They also carry parts for your lawn and garden tractor. Magnum Auto Parts also makes hydraulic hoses. Stop in and pick up this month's flyer for specials of the month. Magnum Auto Parts, Route 31, West Palmyra. 315-597-4854. That's 315-597-4854.
The Newark Pilots in 1420 WACK.com. A winning combination.
Well, we're heading for the 3rd inning of play here at Colburn. Still no score. Final game of the season for the Pilots. Final game of the regular season for Victor, as they will be matched up with Utica, the Utica Brewers, in a 1-game play-in playoff game. And a new pitcher on the hill for the Pilots. It's going to be Charlie Soborowski. Charlie has appeared in 7 games, started 5 of those, completed 1. He's pitched 30 2/3 innings and sports a 2.64 ERA. 3 wins, 1 loss on the season. If he's starting at third base, then it'll be the top of the order, Tom Wagner and Joe Simmons for the RailRiders. They have collected a couple of hits through 2 innings. The Pilots, 3 base hits. Neither team has managed to put a runner across home plate, and we're scoreless heading into the 3rd. Lanza has a few words for the new pitcher, Charlie Soborowski. So Nick Wegman goes a couple innings, no runs, allows only 2 hits. And it remains to be seen if he will stay in the game as a hitter. Soborowski goes to work. First pitch, catches the corner for a strike. Pitch missing here, 1-1. The air a little fresher today than it was yesterday. Very humid and hot last night. Rain came through overnight. Early this morning, pitch misses for a ball, 2-1. And we got a nice breeze blowing across the field, left to right. A few clouds out there in the western sky, obscuring the sun just a bit. Just fouled out of play. Comfortable game, comfortable afternoon for a ball game. Good crowd on hand at Colburn. Here's the pitch. Kicking up some dust, missing the strike zone, and the count goes full, 3-2. as the Pilots treat their fans to all kinds of stuff going on tonight. Lots of giveaways. Pitch misses, ball 4. And the RailRiders had their leadoff man on here in the third inning. Lots of giveaways, discounts at the concession stands. Great family atmosphere here at Colburn Park. Wonderful addition to this community, this ball team here in Newark. Struggling a bit this year. They're not accustomed to that. There's strike 1. They've had pretty much nothing but success, pretty much other than the Amsterdam Mohawks. You'd have to say to this point here in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League, Newark's been the most successful team. This one's grounded out the shortstop with Torski up with it over to, tries to get the throw over to second, and it will go all the way to the bullpen. That's going to bring in a run. Hold up. It went out of play, so they're going to hold him up at third. The throw ended up going into the crowd area, so they're going to hold the runner at third. That will not score a run. Wiktorski's throw a little high over to Martin covering. Again, Martin not normally starting at second base. That one got off his glove, rolled all the way out to the bullpen area and then into the crowd, out of play. So they hold the runners at second and third. Nobody down. There's a ball. That'll bring Joe Simmons to the plate. Simmons struck out his first at bat in the first inning, back in the first inning. Right-hander Soborowski goes to work outside and low for a ball 2. No score. Top of the third inning here at Colburn Park in Newark. Swung on and missed. 2-1 now the count. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. Missing for a ball. 3-1 now. Swung on and slapped foul, not a play. Soborowski goes to work, swung on, popped up, back and out of play. And the count will remain full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Joe Simmons. Charlie Soborowski on the hill. Came in relief here in the third inning. He'll be sending some pitchers out, going to get everybody some work in this final contest of the season. Missing for ball 4, and then he'll load him up with nobody down and bring Dale Wickham to the plate. So the main thing for these guys, baseball is just one of those games, to go through more games. I mean, all these players want to be here playing just to get more games in the summertime and not have to sit out. Because you just have to play as many games as you possibly can, and then, even then, you won't see everything there is to be seen that could possibly happen in the game of baseball. But the more situations you're in, the more times you've seen a situation and gone through it, it's going to bode better for the next time you're in that similar situation. There's a strike. 1-1 now the count on the left-handed hitting Dale Wickham. Nobody down, base is loaded. Swung on, hit back to the pitcher, through the box, and out to center field for a base hit. That's going to bring in a couple. Spina up with it, throws home to the plate, but no play there. And the RailRiders will plate a couple and take a 2-0 lead with that base hit. Nick Bolin will come to the plate now with runners at first and second. Still nobody down here in the third inning. Lonzo wants to have a few words with Charlie Soborowski on the hill. Oh, yeah, you probably wouldn't choose to put yourself into a bases-loaded, no-out situation in a ball game. Not ideal. But until you've been there, you've got to be there a few times before you know all the things that could possibly happen there and get a little bit more comfortable with that situation. And even if the whole thing falls apart, and there's ball one, you're at least more experienced for the process of having gone through the experience. And that's what summer college ball is all about. There's a strike, and it's 1-1 now. On Nick Bolin, left-handed hitting first baseman for the Riders. They've sent a couple across. They lead by 2 here in the top of the third inning. Sobrowski pitches. Strike. Got him. So there's one down. As Bolin walks slowly back to the dugout. And that'll bring up shortstop Aaron Endress. Endress struck out his last at-bat. One down, runners at first and second. RailRiders have scored 2 here in the top of the third, and they lead it by that margin. Which is inside and up for ball one. So last night, Mohawk Valley got 5 runs in the 7th inning to take the lead, and from there, at that point forward, they would not relinquish it. Newark tried to get something going, but could not. Here's a play at second for 1, over to first, in time for the double play. Good job by Wiktorski. And the Pilots get out of the inning, but not before surrendering 2 runs. And our score now at the end of 2.5, Victor 2, Newark nothing on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
It's summer barbecue time. Is a new deck in your future? Secor does complete deck packages. With Secor decks, every member of your family can enjoy the great outdoors. Secor is famous for custom deck design and construction of quality-built decks and gazebos, along with hot tub and pool decks. Visit one of Secor's 3 convenient locations in Newark, Savannah, and Ontario today and schedule your personal deck or patio consultation. Secor, your complete solution. The New York Yankees are on Hometown Sports, 1420 WACK.
Jeter hits a long drive to right center field. That ball is high, it is far, it is gone!
Listen for live game action all season long as the Yankees pursue another AL pennant. Yankees Baseball is brought to you by New Tradition Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC, Key Homes, Foley & Foley, Progressive Graphics and Printing, DJM Equipment, and Savannah Bank on Hometown Sports, 1420 WACK.
Listen for the Newark Pilots all season long on 1420 WACK.com.
So the RailRiders pick up a couple in the top of the third. They lead it 2-0 with the Pilots coming to bat here in the bottom of the third inning. And it'll be the top of the order, Will Gorman. One, two, three, Gorman, Spina, and Jan coming to the plate here in the bottom of the third inning for the Pilots, facing Colin Johnson on the hill for the RailRiders. This one's hit out to second. Up with it is Wagner. Toss across to first in time for the first put out of the inning. Will Gorman swinging at the first pitch again. Swung at the first pitch of the ball game and drilled a base hit. And that'll bring Anthony Spina to the plate. Amherst College student Anthony Spina, right-handed hitter. 6'1", 180. Hometown, Brooklyn, New York. It's this one on the ground out to second. Wagner up with this one. Toss across to first in time for the second out of the inning. So 2 pitches and 2 outs. That'll bring Willie on to the plate. 2 pitches, 2 ground balls to the second baseman. Willie Yan now steps in. Right-handed hitting shortstop for the Pilots. It's a pitch from Colin Johnson. Strike 1. Stocky right-hander Colin Johnson getting the start here for the Victor RailRiders in a game they just want to be competitive in. Strike 2. They certainly don't want to overextend anybody, so I wouldn't see him going past probably 4 or 5. Swung on, hit on the ground to Ware, second base. Wagner up with it over to first. There's the third putout of the inning. Each of them 4-3. And we're done with 3 innings of play here at Colburn Park. Your score, Victor 2, Newark nothing on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
Somewhere between birth and retirement, life happens. For everything in between, there's Nichols Financial Services. There to help you protect your family with auto, homeowners, recreational vehicle, life and commercial insurance products. Homegrown and part of your community. They have over 30 years experience. It's never too early to plan, protect, and save. Do it all with the people you can trust. Online at NicholsFinancialServices.com or stop by the office in Newark, Seneca Falls, and Sodus. Great rates. Great service for a lifetime.
Magnum Auto Parts of Palmyra is your Napa Know-How Auto Parts store. Whether it's a part for your car, truck, or SUV, foreign or domestic, Magnum Auto Parts has the part. They also carry parts for your lawn and garden tractor. Magnum Auto Parts also makes hydraulic hoses. Stop in and pick up this month's flyer for specials of the month. Magnum Auto Parts, Route 31, West Palmyra. 315-597-4854. That's 315-597-4854.
The Newark Pilots and 1420 WACK.com. A winning combination.
So we've played 3 quickly here at Colburn. Final game of the season for the Pilots. Victor will go on into the playoffs. They will face the Utica Brewers in that 1-game play-in game. That will be held on Saturday. And awaiting the winner of that game, the Western Division champ Elmira Pioneers. So first time in the Pilots' 5-year history they have not made the playoffs. Disappointing, but things will happen. What is not disappointing is to see the big crowd on hand for the finale here at Colburn Park. They're packing them in. Good to see that enthusiasm and the support of the community behind this team. First pitch of the 4th inning is in there for a called strike from Soborowski. Drew Kessel, Matt Brooks, and Connor Golden will come to the plate. This one misses for a ball. Drew Kessel, left-handed hitter. Catcher out of St. Catherine's College. There's a strike. And 1-2, the count now. And the kids are having a blast. You know, if you go to a bigger park, your kids may get a souvenir baseball. There's strike 3. So Kissel is down on strikes. That'll bring Matt Brooks. They may. And, of course, if you're in certain parts of the park, you probably have a bit of an advantage. If you can only get the cheap seats, well, it might be tough for your kid to get a ball. But I'm telling you, out here at Colburn, all the kids have a pretty healthy chance of getting themselves a souvenir baseball. And it's great for the kids in this community who might not ever get to see a ball game on any level. Swung on and fouled out of play. And it's great for the community. They've had a winning team to cheer on for 4 years. Well, you know, if you're going to cheer when they win, you got to be with them when they lose, too. That's what it's all about. You got to take the down with the up. There's a strike. And I can tell you, when they're cheering out here for their Newark Pilots at Colburn Park, and they're yelling wildly and they're cheering wildly for a great play or a big win, their cheers, they're feeling it just as much as the folks at Yankee Stadium will be feeling it when they're cheering on the Yankees. You know, it's not the big leagues maybe, but it's pretty good ball here in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League, and it's a pretty good facility, Colburn Park, a great organization, the Pilots, headed up by the Ullman family. And, yeah, okay, maybe it's not the big time. Maybe it's not even quite professional ball. Here's a ball grounded out to third. Good job knocking it down and staying with it. That will be a fair ball on base hit. Bartleman, not his usual position at third, kept that from going out to left field. That was right over the bag. Sharply hit ground ball. And on with the base hit. That was Brooks. Connor Golden now. So one down. Yeah, it's not the big leagues, but it's good ball. It's a nice facility. It's a great community. And it's good enough. It's close enough. It'll be close enough for us and for tonight. Here's ball one. And, yeah, it's disappointing that the team is not going off to playoff play. It's another ball, 2-0. But, in baseball, there's always next year. Connor Golden, DH, left-handed hitter, swinging and missing. On a 2-0 count, it's 2-1 now. Matt Brooks, the runner at first. Sharply hit ground ball over the bag at third. Good job by Bartleman to keep it from going out to left field and being an extra base hit. There's a strike. So 2-2 now, the count on Connor Golden out of Marietta College for the RailRiders. Charlie Sobrowski, this is his second inning of work. Tall righty looks in, gets set. Winds up, delivers, swung on, and tapped foul back. And for these players, probably the only season for most, if not all of them, here in Newark. But a summer they'll probably remember for quite some time. Their summer, playing for the Pilots in Newark. They come from all over the country, some relatively near, some very far, and get to spend the summer here in this part of New York State. They have host families here in Newark, and it's a great thing for the players and the host families as well. There's a ball outside, and taking a walk will be Golden. It'll bring us down to the bottom of the order, Chris Lahaney. Most of these guys will not be professional ball players, let's face it. And some of them will. And one of the great thrills about coming out here to the ballpark, sooner or later, one of these guys will go on and will make the big leagues. And we'll all be able to say with pride, yeah, we were there. We were there. Whether it's a pilot or a player for one of these other teams, we'll still say pridefully, we saw him play at Colburn Park. There's strike one. But most of these guys will not. They may be big stars in their rec leagues, but they'll get jobs. They'll settle down, have families. And they may not ever have made it to the big leagues, but they made it to Colburn Park. Runners are going. This ball gets past the catcher, Lanza. They'll both advance now, second and third, with one down. They played at Colburn Park in front of some pretty big crowds, couple thousand people. Some people will never play a ball game in front of 10 people. So, it may not be the bigs, but it's going to be close enough. And it'll be a memory for these players as well as for the fans. Here's the pitch. Swung on, this one hit on the ground high, chopper out to second, fielding it cleanly, getting it to throw over, but pulling the first baseman off the bag is Martin, so Lurch gets pulled off by that throw, and that'll bring in a run, and now the RailRiders will have them at the corners. That was a high hopper out to Mark Martin at second, again, not his usual position. He fielded it well. His throw, though, pulling Lurch off the bag, and the runner is safe. And that brings us to Chris Lahaney at the bottom of the RailRiders order now with runners at first and third. And another pitch. Nope, this doesn't get by, but the runner is going down to second, goes to throw. Safe there, throw to home, and they got him at home. That's where you want to get him. Bang, bang. So the runner was going there. Throw to second, could not get him. Alertly, Martin, seeing the runner coming in from third, and good job by Lanza to apply the tag, and they get him at the plate, avoiding any further damage. So now they got him at second with two down. Chris Lahaney still at the plate. Here's the pitch to him. Pushes him back. 2-0 the count. Check that. It's Wagner. Takes a ball. 3-0 now the count on Tom Wagner. 2 down. Runner at second. They've pushed another run across here in the fourth, and they lead it now 3-0. Here's the pitch. Up and in for ball 4. And they have first base open. Now it's full. Runners at first and second. And Joe Simmons coming to the plate. Starting center fielder out of St. John Fisher College. Right-handed hitter. Charlie Soborowski on the hill for the Pilots. Righty looks in. Checks the runner at second. Delivers. Swung on and hit foul on the ground out the third baseline. So 3 runs here on the board for the RailRiders. They lead it by that margin, 3-0. Those runs just on 4 hits. There's a strike. Couple of errors on the Pilots contributing to the Victor scoring. They've got him at first and second now with 2 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Joe Simmons at the plate. Soborowski on the hill, and this one's lined out to center. Base hit. Up with Despina. Here's a long throw in to the plate that will not be in time. Another run comes across for the RailRiders. Well, Anthony Spina's got an arm on him. Nice throw all the way into home. Not in time, though, to catch the base runner. And the RailRiders tack on another one. They now lead it 4-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. That'll bring Dale Wickham to the plate. With runners at first and second, 2 down. Field now half in shadow as the sun gets set to set behind that big Colburn Park left field scoreboard. First pitch outside. Nice breeze across the field, left to right, out of the west. Animating that big old American flag on the pole out there, straightaway center field, the 4:02 mark. And there's a pitch, ball 2. Ball 3. 3-0 now. Soborowski behind Wickham. 2 down. Couple runs across already in this inning for the RailRiders. They've doubled their advantage now. They're up 4-0. Here's the pitch. Here's a strike. Soborowski delivers, missing for ball 4. That'll load him up. For the cleanup man, Nick Bolin, batting 4th here for the RailRiders in this contest. Stocky left-handed hitter comes to the plate with runners on all the bags. Drills it out to shortstop on one hop. Witowski over to second. Martin tags the bag for the putout, and that'll get him out of the inning. But the RailRiders score a couple more runs, and our score now at the end of 3.5 is Victor 4, Newark nothing on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
It's spring loan season at LNB. Time to turn your crash pad into a cash pad. Get a 15-year home equity loan with no closing costs for as low as 3.4% APR. Plus, with LNB, you'll enjoy the hometown advantage. Friendly, personalized service from financial specialists you can trust. Unlock your home's equity today. Learn more at bankwithlnb.com.
It's all about people.
Some restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Get the best price on lawn and garden supplies at the Walmart Garden Center, Route 31 in Newark. Whether maintaining your lawn and garden or entertaining guests out on the patio, Walmart's selection of lawn and garden equipment has got you covered. You'll find everything you need, including mulch, flowers, better quality plants, and all the gardening tools and accessories you'll need. Walmart's great selection of lawn and garden equipment is tailored to match your needs and won't cost a bundle. Stock up on lawn and garden equipment and supplies at Walmart Supercenter, Route 31 Newark. Walmart, save money, live better. You're listening to Newark Pilots Baseball on 1420 WACK.com.
Well, we're just moving right along here at Colburn Park, entering the bottom half of the fourth inning. Pilots trailing now by 4 runs to the Victor RailRiders. Victor will be hosting the Utica Brewers in that one-game playoff play-in game on Saturday for the right to tango with the West Division champion Elmira Pioneers. It'll be Wiktorski, Bartleman, and Martin coming to the plate. 4, 5, 6 batters for the Pilots here in the bottom of the fourth. So Mohawk Valley took the contest here last night 6-4, eliminating the Pilots from postseason play. Ball 1 on the leadoff man, Wiktorski. Mohawk Valley 9-1 in their last 10. Heading into the playoffs, they will hold down the second position in that East Division and will host, here's the pitch, swung on, fouled back and on the play, will host either Albany or Glens Falls, who are playing tonight. And the winner of that game will make the playoffs and get to play that one-game play-in contest against Mohawk Valley for the right to tango with the East Division champion Amsterdam Mohawk and reigning Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League champion Amsterdam Mohawks. This one's hit in the air, base hit to left field. Wiktorski on to lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth for the Pilots. With a solid base hit, that'll bring Kyle Bartleman to the plate. First pitch missing to Bartleman, ball 1. Wiktorski on at first with the base hit. That's the 4th base hit of the game for the Pilots. They trail only by 1 in that department, as the RailRiders have only picked up 5 base hits, but they have gathered 4 runs around those base hits, helped on by a couple of Pilot errors. The Pilots yet to score in this ballgame on their 4. And we are in the 4th, bottom of the 4th inning. Swung on and hit out to second base. Second baseman up with it over to second for 1. Back to first in time for the double play. 4-6-3. Double play. Wagner, good job picking up that well-hit ground ball. Endress, the shortstop, tagging second for the force out and getting the relay quickly over to Bolin at first for the double play. So that'll clear the bases now for Mark Martin. And this is going to be fouled out of play. 2 down, nobody aboard for the Pilots. Here's the pitch. Up and in for a ball. Colin Johnson on the hill for the RailRiders has gone all the way. Right-handed pitcher. He has not seen a lot of action this season. In fact, only 1 game previous to this one. He's holding his own here. Here's the pitch. Missing for a ball. 3-1 now the count. So they got the leadoff man, Wiktorski, on. But Bartleman hitting into a double play, and there's two away. This one's popped up in foul territory. Moving over is the first baseman, Bolin. He will not get there. Out of play. And there goes the kids. Chase down that souvenir. Well, the Pilots came close. Eliminated last night from playoff contention. They would have needed some help. Utica had the edge, as they had taken the regular season head-to-head matchups 4-3 against Newark. So they had the tiebreaker. There's strike three, and that'll retire the side. Well, they get a hit. No runs, one hit, nobody left the board. And your score at the end of four complete here at Colburn. Victor 4, Newark nothing on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
At Tradition Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC and Tradition Chevrolet Buick, we know trust isn't given, it's earned. That's why we will do whatever it takes to earn your trust. You can trust in our tradition of total customer satisfaction and saving you thousands. And now you get more than ever before with the Tradition difference, including our price match guarantee, plus reimbursement for towing, emergency roadside assistance, tire replacement, and so much more. Trust in the Tradition difference today at Tradition Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC and Tradition Chevrolet Buick.
This June, Gobert Automotive Supply, your participating Napa Auto Parts store, is jam-packed with savings. Just $1.99 gets you the Scott Shop Towels on a roll, a 12-ounce bottle of Max Concentrated Injector Cleaner, or a 12-ounce can of Max Carb, Choke, and Throttle Body Cleaner. All just $1.99 each. Plus, Dad would love an Evercraft 30-piece, quarter-inch, and 3/8-inch drive socket set. And it's on sale for just $17.99. Stop by Gobert Automotive Supply in Newark or Lyons today.
Listen for the Newark Pilots all season long on 1420 WACK.com.
And we're back at Colburn Park. Stonehill with the play-by-play on 1420 WACK.com and NewarkPilots.com. New pitcher comes in here to start the fifth inning for the Pilots. That'll be Clayton Spiker. Spiker has appeared in 9 games, started 7 of them, 2 complete games, 41 2/3 innings pitched. Has a 1-loss record of 2-6 and sports a 6.04 ERA. Aaron Endress leads things off for the RailRiders. Takes strike one. It'll be Endress, Kissel, and Brooks here in the top of the fifth inning, moving along at a pretty good clip at Colburn, the final contest of the season for the Pilots. Final of the regular season for the RailRiders. They will play Saturday, the Utica Brewers. There's a strike in that one-game playoff. So the Pilots came close. They led last night 3-1. Mohawk Valley broke it open in the 7th inning. 5 runs and took the lead for good. They came close. And, you know, you can't come close if you weren't making an attempt. Here's the ball. So if you ever stop trying anything, whether it's winning baseball games or pretty much anything else in your life, and you stop coming close, well, pretty much you've given up trying. That's all. Swung on, hit in the air, and out of play. So, in other words, no disgrace in coming close. For most of us, that's about the best we can hope for most of the way through, and that's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. You know you're still trying. 4-0 our score here. We're in the top of the fifth inning at Colburn. 1-2 the count on the leadoff man for the RailRiders, Aaron Endress. Here's the pitch from Spiker. 2-2 now the count. Spiker's 5'10", 170. Calls Oxford, Michigan, his hometown, and attends Saginaw Valley State as a junior. Right-hander goes to work. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Endress down, the second strikeout of the game. It'll bring Drew Kissel to the plate. In other action, looking around the out-of-town scoreboard, the Utica Brewers are up on the Elmira Pioneers 6-5 in the third. The Albany Dutchmen lead in the bottom of the fourth. There's a ball against Glen Falls, 4-0. That contest will determine who gets the third and final playoff position in the East. Swung on and missed. And the count now 1-1. Clayton Spiker goes to work. Popped up. Shallow left field. Moving in is Jan. He will make the put out. And there's two away. Willie Jan getting the start out in left field this game. Used to seeing him at third base. Well, I am. This is 2.5 weeks calling baseball games for the Newark Pilots. He gave us a call at the radio station, said they needed somebody. Know anybody who could do that sort of thing? I said, well, I've listened to enough of them. It sounds easy enough to me. Pitch misses here for a ball to Kissel, left-handed hitting catcher for the RailRiders. He's struck out one time in this game. As a big fan of baseball my whole life, seen a lot of games, listened to a lot of games on the radio, I thought, yeah, that seems pretty easy. I could do that. I can tell you, not nearly as easy as it sounds. A thrill, though. Been so much fun. It really has been a blast. There's a strike. 2-1 the count. A terrifying thrill. I guess that's how I'd have to put it. Thrilling, a blast, a lot of fun, but yet terrifying in its own way as well. You know, you don't want to mispronounce people's names. You don't want to think it's one guy at the bat when it's somebody else, but those things are going to happen too. Hopefully less often as we went through the couple of weeks, but it's sure been a lot of fun. This one misses down low and in, and there's a free pass to Kissel. So with one down, he'll head to first. That'll bring up Matt Brooks, the right fielder. And certainly an adjustment for me. As a guy, I've always said, hey, anywhere, two baseball teams, I don't care who's playing, I can sit and watch the game. If it's a nice sunny afternoon, I'm there. Even if it's not so sunny, I don't mind most of the time. Spiker looks in, delivers, and misses for ball one. One of the things I love about watching baseball, pretty much any sport, but baseball is just my favorite, when you go to the game and just cheering and yelling your head off. There's a ball. One of the highlights of my childhood, going down to Tiger Stadium, the few times I got to go down there as a youngster, and, it was just the greatest thing. You could just yell and scream and shout as loud as you wanted, and nobody cared. What a release. And it's most of the time I go to see a game, not every game I'm going to attend. This one's hit solidly out to right center field, but moving over and making the catch is Spina. Got a hold of that one, gave it a ride, but Spina didn't have to move far to track it down and record the third putout of the inning. So we're done now with 4.5 here at Colburn. Your score, Victor 4, Newark nothing on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
What's the hometown advantage? A better banking experience. Banking doesn't have to feel like a hassle. At LNB, you get friendly, personalized service from local financial experts you know and trust. Plus, the convenience of LNB's online and mobile banking means you can bank anywhere, anytime. Bank with LNB and discover your hometown advantage. Learn more at bankwithlnb.com.
It's all about people.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Mark's Pizzeria in Newark has great combo specials.
Mark's Pizzeria.
Choose your combo and add-ons like their chicken fingers, pasta, mac and cheese, or fried ravioli. Add it to Mark's delicious pizza and save with their family and dinner combos. Get your coupon and order online at markspizzeria.com. For great tasting pizzas, subs, wings, calzones, pasta, and more, make it Mark's. Mark's Pizzeria in Newark. Simply the best. Call 331-4974.
Mark's Pizzeria.
Listen for the Newark Pilots all season long on 1420 WACK.com.
And here come the Pilots in their half of the fifth inning, trailing by 4 runs to the Victor RailRiders. One player noticeably absent from the starting lineup for the RailRiders. Evan Fernandez batting .373 on the season. He is in second slot behind Santisteban. Make it third. Sorry about that. Check that. Third behind Santisteban and Cox of Utica. Evan Fernandez getting a rest. Corey Lurch leads things off, grounds it out to shortstop, picked up by the shortstop Endress over to first in time. Just got him. And there's one down. So Mike Lanza, the catcher. So yeah, usually I'm the guy at the ball game, the guy at the concert, the guy at the bar watching his favorite band who's the one just shouting his fool head off, just making all kinds of noise. I mean, that's if you're not going to do that, to me, that's the fun of the whole thing. You know, just being able to yell, scream, shout, cheer, moan, groan, whatever. Here's a strike. It's a cathartic release, and it sure feels good, too. Had to adjust that up here in the booth when I do too much shouting. Swung on and hit out to second, picked up by the second baseman Wagner over to first for the second put out of the inning.
Or just come up here and tell us. Up next for the Pilots, from Oxford, Michigan, the pitcher, number 31, Clayton.
So Clayton Spiker will bat here. Third pitcher of record for the Pilots in this game. Nick Wegman got it going. Pitched a couple, then Charlie Sobrowski came in, pitched a couple. Clayton Spiker now handling the duties on the hill and batting as a pitcher and looking at ball one. Here's the pitch. Here's a strike. 1-1. The thing with baseball is, in my mind, it's just my favorite sport. I won't say this is a universal truth because it's just my opinion. There's a swing and a miss. Just my opinion. But in my opinion, and for me, it's the best sport going. It's the most exciting sport there is. The entire field is in play all the time, and you just never know. There's a strike three. And there's two down. That's what I was thinking. It should be three down. All right. Getting a little lost in the stories and folks having fun out there in the field. That'll retire the side. So we're done with 5 complete here at Colburn Park. Your score, Victor 4. Newark nothing on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
Mark's Pizzeria in Newark has great combo specials. Choose your combo and add-ons like their chicken fingers, pasta, mac and cheese, or fried ravioli. Add it to Mark's delicious pizza and save with their family and dinner combos. Get your coupon and order online at markspizzeria.com. For great tasting pizzas, subs, wings, calzones, pasta, and more, make it Mark's. Mark's Pizzeria in Newark. Simply the best. Call 331-4974.
Mark's Pizzeria.
One Ford F-Series truck is sold every 42 seconds, and that's how long it takes a new one to get put to work. Right now, Concord Ford has the best deals on all remaining 2014 Ford trucks, including factory rebates of up to $5,750 on Ford F-150s. Test drive the all-new aluminum body 2015 Ford trucks, or if you're hungry for fun, see the head-churning, heart-pounding new Mustang GTs. Available now at Concord Ford, Route 31 in Newark, where you'll always get that nice feeling called confidence.
The Newark Pilots and 1420 WACK.com. A winning combination.
And welcome back to Colburn Park. Heading for the 6th inning. And a new pitcher for the Pilots. That's Blake Brailsford. We've completed 5, and the Pilots trail 4-0 to the RailRiders. Brailsford will come on in relief now. 4th pitcher, Blake Brailsford, has appeared in 13 games, all in a relief role, 13 innings pitched. 1-1 his one-loss record and a 9.0 ERA. Left-handed pitching, Blake Brailsford on in relief here. And he will face the bottom of the RailRiders order, Lahaney. First pitch misses for ball one. Lahaney then back to the top of the order, Wagner and Simmons. Here in the top of the 6th inning. Field now all in shadow. The lights are on. This pitch misses for ball two. And ball three. So Brailsford disappeared from the Newark Pilots roster sheet somehow for me, but that's okay. Good ball four.
Next for the RailRiders, the top of the order, second baseman, number 6, Tom Wagner.
So runner aboard for the RailRiders via a walk, their leadoff man. And that'll bring the top of the order, Tom Wagner, to the plate. Travis over here filling in the blanks on the roster sheet. Thank you, Travis. Your handwriting's not half bad. American Fork, Utah is hometown for Blake Brailsford. Missing there with the ball, 2-0. Goes to BYU as a freshman. And we'll have a little discussion. Lanza heads out to have a word or two with the new pitcher. Fourth pitcher of record for the Pilots. They trail by 4 runs in the top of the 6th inning here at Colburn Park. And I truly believe it's true that baseball is the most exciting game there is. Now, again, I don't claim that to be the universal truth. Many people think differently. That's fine. To me, it is. And so many people will say to me, no, I can't believe you think that way, because, you know, when people say to me things like, well, I think baseball is just not an exciting game at all. It's boring. It moves too slow, all that kind of thing. Pitch misses for another ball. So 7 straight balls outside the strike zone for Brailsford. And I always tell people who say that sort of thing to me, good for you. You know, you're a lucky soul. You are. There's another walk. So they've got him at first and second. Brailsford yet to find the strike zone. Good for you if you feel that way. If you feel that baseball is too slow for your taste, if it's boring, it's not exciting enough, I say good. You know, stay just the way you are. Don't ever change, you lucky soul, because you won't be tormented by an extra inning, you know, walk-off loss against your team. You'll never have that feeling. This one's hit back to the pitcher. Brailsford fumbles around, tries to find it, does not. Throw gets by Lurch. That's going to bring in at least one more run. Just another one, and down to second. Will go Simmons. You know what I mean? Don't try to convince people that they should like baseball. Hey, if people don't like it, they don't like it. It's not an easy game to like, I suppose. I think of all the sports, it's probably the most complex, the most complicated, the most, you know, if you're just watching and not knowing what the heck's going on, it could be confusing. Dale Wickham now at the plate. Left-handed batter looks at strike one. So Brailsford finds the strike zone. Nobody down. Runners at second and third. But anything can happen anytime during the game. This one's lined out to center field, moving over is Spina. He will catch up to it and sliding on his knees, make a good catch. Tagging up and coming in from third will be another run for the RailRiders. Nice job out there in center field for Anthony Spina. Moving a long way to his right, sliding on his knees and making the put out, and there's one down now. And that's going to bring up Nick Bolin, the cleanup man, first baseman, left-handed hitter. 6-0 now, as the RailRiders have pushed another couple across the plate here in their half of the 6th inning. Strike one, the count on the batter, Bolin. And it got him on that one. Got him on the arm, and heading down to first base. Hit by a pitch is Nick Bolin. It'll bring Aaron Indris to the plate with runners now at first and second, and only one away here. Lanza back out to the hill to talk to Brailsford, and the coach will come out as well to have a little discussion. So, yeah, if you know people just don't like it, think it's not exciting, don't try to convince them that they should like it. Let them be that way. Good for them. Because if they should start liking the game, become interested in any small way, once you're interested in a little way, you're going to want to be interested a little bit more and a little bit more. Next thing you know, you're spending all night combing through the data to put together your fantasy team. Baseball, is that compelling? It really is. It's an addiction. You just ask anybody who's a big fan of the game. And if your team loses out, if your team, doesn't live up to their expectations, it's crushing. It's disappointing. It's disheartening, but it will not keep you away. Here's a strike. The next season. We're in the top of the 6th inning, 6-0 our score. The Pilots on the wrong side of that one. One away. Here's a swing and a miss, and strike 2. So Brailsford gets ahead of the hitter here. That's Aaron Endress. Baseball is a team game that's played individually. Pitch missing for a ball. Probably one of the least susceptible sports to one or two players coming in and basically, carrying a team. In baseball, you need a team. One or two stars is not going to do it. It certainly doesn't help to have a couple of stars. Swung on and missed. There's a strikeout for Brailsford. There's 2 away. But you need a complete team, from the starting pitchers to the utility infielders, to truly be a successful baseball team. So Drew Kissel now, the catcher, will come to the plate. Stocky left-handed hitter. Steps in the box to face lefty on the hill for the Pilots, Brailsford. He delivers and misses for a ball. The RailRiders have picked up another couple runs. They scored 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and now 2 here in the 6th, and they lead it 6-0. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Twisted him all the way around on that swing. Colburn Park on a late July summertime evening. And a fine one it is. Little breeze moving across. This pitch just missing for a ball. Lanze coming up, set to cock and throw down to second. Runner got back. Blake Brailsford now is going to step off the rubber. Steps back on. They got him at first and second with 2 down here. 2 across already here in the top of the 6th inning. Victor leads by 6. It's fouled out of play. Drew Kissel out of St. Catharines. Looking at a 2-2 count with 2 out and 2 aboard. And certainly no other sport so statistically obsessed as baseball. This is fouled out of play. And there's just a lot of statistics to become obsessed about. We're in the 6th inning here at Colburn Park. Swung on, fouled out of play again, so staying alive is Kissel. Brailsford had trouble finding the strike zone when he came in, walked the first 2 batters he faced. Giving up a couple of runs here. Seems to be settling down now. The lefty checks the runner at second, goes to work to the plate. Swung on, tapped in the ground, back foul. Big crowd on hand here at Colburn for the finale. Fireworks after the game here in Newark. The fans come out to show their support for their Pilots. Swung on, hit in the air, left center field. Outfielders converging, and it'll be on to make the put out and retire the side. Well, they pick up a couple more here. in the 6th inning, and now at the end of 5.5, your score, Victor 6, Newark nothing on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
At Tradition Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC and Tradition Chevrolet Buick, we know trust isn't given, it's earned. That's why we will do whatever it takes to earn your trust. You can trust in our tradition of total customer satisfaction and saving you thousands. And now you get more than ever before with the Tradition difference, including our price match guarantee, plus reimbursement for towing, emergency roadside assistance, tire replacement, and so much more. Trust in the Tradition difference today at Tradition Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC and Tradition Chevrolet Buick.
This June, Colburn Automotive Supply, your participating Napa Auto Parts store, is jam-packed with savings. Just $1.99 gets you the Scott Shop Towels on a roll, a 12-ounce bottle of Max Concentrated Injector Cleaner, or a 12-ounce can of Max Carb, Choke, and Throttle Body Cleaner. All just $1.99 each. Plus, Dad would love an Evercraft 30-piece, quarter-inch, and 3/8-inch drive socket set. And it's on sale for just $17.99. Stop by Colburn Automotive Supply in Newark or Lyons today.
You're listening to Newark Pilots Baseball on 1420 WACK.com.
And the Pilots come to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th, trailing by a bunch, 6-0, your score. Colin Johnson has gone all the way on the hill for the RailRiders. And it'll be 1, 2, 3. Gorman, Spina, and Jan coming to the plate here for the Newark Pilots. Four base hits for the Pilots. The RailRiders have only collected 5, one more than that total. But the run total, very different story. 6 runs for Victor. They picked up 2 there in that 6th, 2 back in the 4th, and a couple more in the 3rd inning, and they lead it by 6. The Pilots yet to score. Will Gorman leads it off here in their half of the 6th inning. Left-handed hitter smacks this one out to left center field. Well hit back to the wall, and it's gone. Will Gorman. He's been smacking the ball all night. He waited a pitch, actually, in this at-bat. He's been first pitch hitting. And he just hit his 5th home run of the season, a single-season record for the team. We'll get Travis to get us to verification on that in a minute. We'll get to check it. That's the Pilots' record for home runs in a season, 5, and it's just been set by Will Gorman. Gave that one a ride out there into the woods on the other side of the fence, right center field. And just like that, the Pilots put one up there in the run column, and 6-1. It'll bring Anthony Spina to the plate. He hits this one on the ground out to second. Wagner bobbles it for a moment over to first, and it is in time. Again, for not waiting for that call from the umpire. Close play, though. And there's one down. Will Gorman saw a pitch he liked and took it all the way out of the ballpark for his 5th home run of the season, and that sets the mark for Pilots players in their 5 years now of existence in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. That is the highest home run total for any player on the team. Willie Yan, the batter, swung on, hit down to third, picked up there by Lahaney over to first in time for the out. Yan hit that one sharply, but straight at the third baseman, Lahaney. And there's 2 down. And Cody Wiktorski now comes to the plate. Beautiful evening here in Newark at Colburn Park. Late July as the Pilots finish up their 2015 season. Swung on and missed. Strike 1 to Wiktorski. They came in with 20 wins and 29 losses on the season. 12 back of first place Elmira in the West. It'll be their first season without playoff action. 1-1 the count now. And well inside. Johnson has gone all the way on the hill for the RailRiders. He's allowed 4 hits along the way and just that one run. That big home run from Gorman. Missing here for a ball. 2-1 the count now. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's hit foul. Left field. Going to get over to near the town barn. You're looking at the live video stream. That big American flag out in center field. Unfurled and waving proudly at the 409 or 402 mark. And on the other side of that line of trees you see out there, about 100 feet beyond that, the historic Erie Canal. This hit on the ground, chopper out to third base. Up with it is Lahaney over to first, and it gets away. Did it hit the runner? Well, Lahaney had a little bit more trouble fielding that one. And the Pilots have a base runner on now with 2 down here in the 6th inning. And that will bring Bartleman to the plate with 2 away. So they've been competitive. They've played good ball, the Pilots, this season. This one's foul out of play. Out behind the party deck. Came close. Just missing playoff action. The Utica Brewers, the Pilots' bad fortune, their good fortune, they will make the playoffs for the first time in their 3-year history. This one's hit in the air, well hit out to right center field, moving over and back is the center fielder and making the catch. Simmons at the wall. But they get a run. Here in their half of the 6th inning, we've completed 6 here at Colburn Park. Your score, Victor 6, Newark 1, and the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
At Tradition Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC and Tradition Chevrolet Buick, we know trust isn't given, it's earned. That's why we will do whatever it takes to earn your trust. You can trust in our tradition of total customer satisfaction and saving you thousands. And now you get more than ever before with the Tradition difference, including our price match guarantee, plus reimbursement for towing, emergency roadside assistance, tire replacement, and so much more. Trust in the Tradition difference today at Tradition Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC and Tradition Chevrolet Buick.
This June, Colburn Automotive Supply, your participating Napa Auto Parts store, is jam-packed with savings. Just $1.99 gets you the Scott Shop Towels on a roll, a 12-ounce bottle of Max Concentrated Injector Cleaner, or a 12-ounce can of Max Carb, Choke, and Throttle Body Cleaner. All just $1.99 each. Plus, Dad would love an Evercraft 30-piece, 1/4-inch, and 3/8-inch drive socket set. And it's on sale for just $17.99. Stop by Colburn Automotive Supply in Newark or Lyons today.
The Newark Pilots and 1420 WACK.com. A winning combination.
As the kids take the run around the outfield here at Colburn, we're heading for the 7th inning of play. We've got a new pitcher coming in for the Pilots, Casey McLaren.
Nice job by the umpire.
Casanovia.
Give the ump a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Student Casey McLaren. Wegman started. Soborowski came on, followed by Spiker, then Brailsford, and now Casey McLaren. Everybody's going to get a chance to get a few pitches in here in the final contest at Colburn in this 2015 season for your Newark Pilots. So it'll be the bottom of the order for the RailRiders, Brooks, Golden, and Lahaney. McLaren has only appeared in 2 games prior to this. 2 exactly innings pitched. Has no one-loss record and no ERA. A pretty spotless record for Casey McLaren. Missing here for a ball. Stocky right-handed pitcher. Matt Brooks, left-handed hitter, looks at this one outside for ball 2. Here's the pitch. Yeah, it got the corner for a strike. 2-1 now, the count. One of the most beautiful sunsets anywhere in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League, right here at Colburn Park in Newark. This pitch misses for a ball, and 3-1 now, the count. On the leadoff man here in the top of the 7th inning for Victor. Yeah, that's Matt Brooks. Brooks, Golden, and Lahaney, bottom of the order, due up. Swinging and missing, and the count goes full 3-2. Look at that out-of-town scoreboard for you when we get a chance. And this pitch misses for a ball, and down to first will go Brooks with the free pass. Nice place to take in a ball game on a late July summer's evening here. Colburn Park in Newark. Beautiful park. Pride of the community, as is this pilot squad. And a much more comfortable evening weather-wise tonight than the stuffy environment we had here last night. We got a nice breeze and temperatures a little cooler than we had. Ball 1 to Connor Golden now. Connor Golden, left-handed hitting compact DH for the RailRiders. Throw over to first, back on his belly in time is Brooks. So the report out of Dunfield in the bottom of the 4th, the Brewers of Utica all over Elmira. Of course, Elmira not needing really to prove anything. They've taken the West Division championship. Utica didn't need to prove anything. They got themselves into the postseason for the first time in their existence with their victory last night, coupled with the Newark loss here at Colburn Park. But Utica Brewers 11-5 over Elmira. Meanwhile, at Eastfield, it's the Dutchmen of Albany up 7-0 on Glen Falls. Pitch misses for a ball. 3-1 the count. Eastfield is in Glen Falls, I believe. Yes. And those teams fighting for that last playoff slot in the East. Throw over to first again, and back in time is Brooks again. Winner will play in the playoffs, and they will take on the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. Big year for Mohawk Valley. And there's ball 4. Set a team record for wins. They're now at 31 on the season. And if it wasn't for the dominance of the Amsterdam Mohawks over there in the East at 39-10, Mohawk Valley might be looking at its very first ever championship. Amsterdam, of course, the reigning champs in the league for 3 years running. There's a strike. And Lanza goes out to say, perhaps, yep, do it just like that. Runners at first and second. Nobody down here, top of the 7th inning. This one moving along at a pretty good clip. 6-1 our score. Victor on top of your Newark Pilots. That's Casey McLaren. Delivers and misses for a ball. Casey on here in relief in the 6th inning. We give all these arms a chance. This is what this college ball, Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League is all about. I mean, yep, you want to win, you want to play competitive. The players at this level playing just as competitive as players at any other level. But the main thing is just to keep playing for these players. Once college is done, they want to play some more ball. They come from all over the country to play in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. There's a strike. Just to go through the repetitions. That'll be strike 3. So there's one down.
Second baseman number 6, Tommy Wagner.
And that takes us to the top of the RailRiders order, Tom Wagner. Here's a strike. That's why you won't find many players going straight from the college ranks into the pros in baseball. It happens. It does occasionally. Pretty rare, though. Much more rare than any of the other major sports where kids can come up, if they're a phenom, and go straight to the big leagues. Takes a little bit more seasoning, typically, in the game of baseball. You have to see a lot of baseball games to see a lot of different baseball situations. Here's the pitch. This is for a ball. And 2-1 the count. One away. We're in the top of the 7th inning here in the twilight at Colburn. 6-1, the RailRiders on top. Wagner at the plate. And there's ball 3. Three and 1 the count. And this one's hit the left field for a base hit. Up with it is Jan. Here's the throw. It's off the mark at home, and a run scores. So another run across for Victor. Excuse me. I think I got a moth there. He'll be all right. In time. They got him at first and second now with one down. Top of the 7th inning, and they extend their lead 7-1 over the Pilots. Swung on and hit back to the screen. 1 strike. It's the count. One down, 0-1 the count on the batter. For the RailRiders, swinging and missing, that's Joe Simmons. Casey McLaren, righty on the hill for the Pilots, looks in. Runners at first and second, one away here. This pitch is hit foul and out of play. Even in the hits department, these two squads, 6 hits apiece. Big difference in the run column, though. 7-1, Victor up. Here's the pitch from McLaren. It's outside for a ball. 1-2 now. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Everybody converging on it. It'll be Lurch to make the put out. Just to the right of the hill, to the pitcher's left. And there's 2 down. Runner still at first and second. And then I'll bring Dale Wickham to the plate. Left-handed hitting left fielder out of Cornell University, Dale Wickham. With runners at first and second and 2 away, they pushed 1 across already here in the 7th inning now, extending their lead to 6 runs, 7-1 over the Pilots. Here at Colburn Park in Newark. Big crowd on hand for the finale. Fireworks after the game. This was chopped on the ground. Charging is Bartleman, will not have the play at first. And they've loaded him up. So the bases loaded with RailRiders now with 2 away here in the top of the 7th inning. And they'll send the cleanup man to the plate, batting in that 4th slot, first baseman Nick Bolin, left-handed hitter out of St. Leo. Casey McLaren delivers up high and outside for a ball. Seven to 1, the score. This pitch missing for ball 2. Big crowd having fun, enjoying all the activities, and some great prices at the concession stands. They might be a little bit happier if the Pilots were a little closer in this one. We're at the bottom of the 7th. That is the top of the 7th, excuse me. 7 to 1, the score. Victor up. There's a strike. And that takes the count to 3-1. Tough sometimes. You got to just keep plugging. Easy to become discouraged. This one slapped out to left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. That's going to send one run in. Here comes the second run throw. Is going to be well off the mark. And a couple more across for the RailRiders. And that will extend their lead to 9. 9-1 here. Willie Yon out there in left field. Not his usual position again. Kind of sailed that throw to the plate. Backstop, preventing any further damage. But they've pushed 3 across now. They scored 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th inning, and 2 in the 7th, and now 2 in the 6th, I'm sorry, and 3 here in the 7th. And lead it now 9-1. Kind of a tough way to finish things up for the Pilots. Got to keep plugging. This one's lined out to center field and right at Spina, who will make the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. They pick up 3 more, and your score now after 6.5 here at Colburn. Victor 9, Newark 1 on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
What's the hometown advantage? A better banking experience. Banking doesn't have to feel like a hassle. At LNB, you get friendly, personalized service from local financial experts you know and trust. Plus, the convenience of LNB's online and mobile banking means you can bank anywhere, anytime. Bank with LNB and discover your hometown advantage. Learn more at bankwithlnb.com.
It's all about people.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Mark's Pizzeria in Newark has great combo specials.
Mark's Pizzeria.
Choose your combo and add-ons like their chicken fingers, pasta, mac and cheese, or fried ravioli. Add it to Mark's delicious pizza and save with their family and dinner combos. Get your coupon and order online at markspizzeria.com. For great tasting pizzas, subs, wings, calzones, pasta, and more, make it Mark's. Mark's Pizzeria in Newark. Simply the best. Call 331-4974.
Mark's Pizzeria.
Listen for the Newark Pilots all season long on 1420 WACK.com.
We're back at Colburn, set for the bottom of the 7th inning. Pilots trailing by a bunch now, 9-1. New pitcher in for the RailRiders. That's John Saviano. Right-handed hurler comes in after Colin Johnson had gone all the way in this one. Johnson giving up just 1 run on 6 hits in his 6 innings of work. Worked 6 even. On here in the bottom of the 7th to face the Pilots, John Saviano. Saviano, kind of an unusual situation for him, not used to coming in relief, but the final game, it's not an important one for either of these squads, means little or nothing other than just staying in shape. Obviously, Victor would like to go into the playoffs on an upswing. So it'll be 6, 7, 8 for the Pilots to face Saviano, Martin, Lurch, and Lanza. Saviano has started 9 games. He's appeared in 9 and started all 9. He's completed 1 game, pitched 44 innings, has a 3-4 record and a 4.90 ERA. John Saviano. Here's the first pitch. Misses for ball one. Kicking up some dust. This one outside, and it's ball two. Mark Martin leading things off for the Pilots. They need a bunch. They trail by 8, 9-1 here in the bottom of the seventh inning at Colburn. This one drilled out to center, well, almost getting to center field. Picked up by Wagman, makes the play. It sounded like he might have broke the bat a little bit, at least cracked it on that one. Got out past the pitcher's mound quickly, but moving over to his right to make the play was Wagner, and there's one retired. Optimistic, I guess, from the play-by-play guy. One down. And it'll bring Corey Lurch to the plate. Big right-handed hitting first baseman out of Central Connecticut State University takes strike one. One down, nobody aboard. We're in the bottom of the seventh. This has moved along at a pretty good clip for a 9-1 ball game. Big crowd on hand for the finale at Colburn Park, showing their support for their Newark Pilots. Fireworks after the game, doesn't hurt. It is outside for a ball. Saviano delivers, missing, ball three. 3-1 now. On Corey Lurch. One down. And that one sounded like it cracked the bat as well. Rolling out to shortstop over to first in time for the putout. There's two away. Mike Lanza will come to the plate. Two down, nobody aboard. Here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Beautiful late July evening out here in Newark, New York at Colburn Park. There's strike one. Humidity significantly lower than we had out here on that stuffy last night. Nice breeze moving left to right across the field, animating that big American flag out in center field. There's ball one. Nice night for a ball game. It'll be the final here at Colburn for the season for the Pilots. Jump high and outside for ball two. Great affordable family entertainment at Colburn Park. All the seats are cheap. All the seats are great. Back to the screen, foul ball. And everybody has fun. Win, loss, or extra innings. 2-2, two away here in the bottom of the seventh inning. And there's strike three. That'll retire the side. So they go out in order. We've completed 7 here at Colburn. Your score, Victor 9, Newark 1 on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
It's summer barbecue time. Is a new deck in your future? Secor does complete deck packages. With Secor decks, every member of your family can enjoy the great outdoors. Secor is famous for custom deck design and construction of quality-built decks and gazebos, along with hot tub and pool decks. Visit one of Secor's 3 convenient locations in Newark, Savannah, and Ontario today and schedule your personal deck or patio consultation. Secor, your complete solution. The New York Yankees are on Hometown Sports, 1420 WACK.
Jeter hits a long drive to right center field. That ball is high, it is far, it is gone!
Listen for live game action all season long as the Yankees pursue another AL pennant. Yankees Baseball is brought to you by New Tradition Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC, Key Homes, Foley & Foley, Progressive Graphics and Printing, DJM Equipment, and Savannah Bank on Hometown Sports, 1420 WACK.
Listen for the Newark Pilots all season long on 1420 WACK.com.
And welcome back to Colburn Park for Pilots Baseball on 1420 WACK.com and NewarkPilots.com. Follow the Pilots on Twitter at Newark Pilots. Fifth pitcher of the ball game comes on here in the eighth inning. Kevin Burgay, right-handed sidewinder from Vernon, New Jersey, attends St. John Fisher College as a sophomore. 6'1", 185. Bats and throws right. Coming on here in relief with the Pilots trailing by a bunch, 9-1, entering the eighth inning. In the finale here at Colburn. Well, Burgay has made a lot of appearances. In fact, among Pilots pitchers, he's tied for the most number of appearances with Vinnie Martin at 18. All in relief. 33 innings he's pitched. Has a record of 0-2 and a 3.81 earned run average. While we have this opportunity, I want to thank again the Ullman family and this Newark Pilots organization. Bob and Leslie Ullman for allowing me to come down here and call these ball games. Just been so much fun, such a blast, such a hospitable crew. Everybody at the park, very friendly, good to work with, and a very professional organization on this level of play. So it'll be Kissel, Brooks, and Golden. I've enjoyed every minute of it. Even the unenjoyable minutes have been enjoyable. That's how much fun it's been. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit over Burgay. Over to pick it up is the shortstop to first in time for the out. Wiktorski, good job on that play. When bounced high over the head of Burgay, Wiktorski moving to his left makes the play. Gets to throw over to Lurch, and there is one retired. Yep, that's how good baseball can be. Even the bad times are good. Oh, sure, good times may be better, but you know, bad times have their place. Matt Brooks now, left-handed hitting right fielder. We're in the top of the eighth inning. Sidearm Burgay delivers outside for a ball. I think sometimes the tough times are really what determines a person how far they go. You know, there's a pitch missing. Sometimes, you know, the breaks, fate, fortune, luck, whatever you want to call it, we all get it. We all get some of each kind, good and bad. Here's the pitch. Misses again for ball four. So Brooks trots down to first with the free pass with one away. Now they've got a runner on, and Connor Golden, the DH, coming to the plate. And maybe you're fortunate enough and you have a whole bunch of good breaks when you get started and you go on a good roll and you're doing well. But you know what happens is you ascribe that basically to your own talent and abilities as opposed to the breaks. And then when inevitably there's a strike, things turn around in the fate and fortune column, and things start going not your way, and the breaks are falling against you. It's tough. Strike two. Whereas if you have to struggle, maybe you have a lot of bad luck right out of the box, right out of the gate. Things don't go your way. You got to struggle. You got to fight. You got to decide each time you're going to get back up and try again. You know, that kind of struggle can really make the difference. 0-2 the count. Especially you have a team, a player, a team, an individual in pretty much any endeavor can go ahead and lay claim to that misfortune as opposed to throwing blame. Give them a chance to control things. This is foul, just barely. Sliced that one right down the third baseline. And the count remains 0-2 on Connor Golden. Runner at first is Brooks. One down, and that misses. 1-2 now the count. Kevin Burgay on the hill here in the 8th inning. Fifth pitcher tonight for the Pilots, so giving everybody some work in this season finale. There's a strike. And out on strikes is Connor Golden. Takes the slow walk back to the dugout. And it's the bottom of the order, Chris Lahaney. So 2 away. Runner at first. We're in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch misses for a ball from Burgay. Victor up by a bunch, 9-1. Those 9 runs on just 8 hits. 4 Newark errors contributing. There's a strike. 1-1 the count. Pitch swung on, hit on the ground, down to first. Lurch up with it, walks over to tag the bag himself, and the side's retired. So we've completed 7.5 now out here at Colburn. Your score, Victor 9, Newark 1 on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
Somewhere between birth and retirement, life happens. For everything in between, there's Nichols Financial Services. There to help you protect your family with auto, homeowners, recreational vehicle, life, and commercial insurance products. Homegrown and part of your community. They have over 30 years' experience. It's never too early to plan, protect, and save. Do it all with the people you can trust. Online at NicholsFinancialServices.com or stop by the office in Newark, Seneca Falls, and Sodus. Great rates, great service for a lifetime.
Magnum Auto Parts of Palmyra is your Napa Know-How Auto Parts store. Whether it's a part for your car, truck, or SUV, foreign or domestic, Magnum Auto Parts has the part. They also carry parts for your lawn and garden tractor. Magnum Auto Parts also makes hydraulic hoses. Stop in and pick up this month's flyer for specials of the month. Magnum Auto Parts, Route 31, West Palmyra. 315-597-4854. That's 315-597-4854.
The Newark Pilots and 1420 WACK.com. A winning combination.
Back at Colburn, John Saviano remains on the hill for the RailRiders. Saviano's from Sloatsburg, New York. Attends New Jersey Institute of Technology as a freshman. So it'll be the bottom of the order. The pitcher, Burgay in to lead things off. Then back to the top, Will Gorman, who smacked his record-breaking 5th home run for the Pilots earlier in this game. And then Anthony Spina. Heading into the bottom of the 8th inning, Pilots need a bunch. They put something together. You'll hear this crowd roar out here. And even if they don't, I think you'll hear them cheer very loudly and enthusiastically for their Pilots at the end of the game, for the end of the season. Entertaining ball out here at Colburn Park in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball Leagues. Ball 1 to the leadoff man, bottom of the order, Kevin Burgay for the Pilots. Right-handed hitting pitcher looks at a strike. So yeah, it'd be great to go through life and never make mistakes. Never fail, never fall. Always win. First place every time. But then you'd wake up and realize you were just playing a video game, and that's not real life. That's not how it works in real life. There's a strike. You know, it'd be wonderful just to know everything and never fail, but it'd be very tragic as well because once you know everything, what do you got left to learn? And learning something, anything, every day is pretty much one of the great joys of living. This pitch misses 2-2 now, the count. And if you don't make a mistake, you never get an opportunity to learn from them. If you don't suffer the lows of losing, there's a strike, and there's one down. Taking strike 3 is Berge. He'll head back to the dugout. If you don't experience the lows of the disappointments of missing out, of losing, of falling short, coming close but not quite, then you'll never quite appreciate quite the sweetness of victory when it does come, when it is your turn. Gorman takes a strike. Pilots down by 8 runs, 9-1 here, bottom of the 8th inning. At Colburn Park in Newark on this beautiful late July summertime evening. Swung on and missed. Will Gorman knocked one out of the park over the fence in right center field for his 5th home run of the season. And the Newark Pilots' only run. That occurred back in the 6th inning and set the Newark Pilots' single-season home run record. There's a pitch missing for a ball. 2-2, the count goes even now. Gorman, one of a couple pilots who attend the Rochester Institute of Technology, RIT. This one's hit in the air out to left center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. It shattered the bat. But Gorman's still getting enough of that to drive a solid base hit out to left center. Be careful of the splinters on that one. That'll bring Anthony Spina up now. Well, it's not over until it's over. And we got a pinch hitter now for Spina. That'll be James Bear. At last report, the Albany Dutchmen up on Glens Falls, 7-0. And the Utica Brewers were leading the Elmira Pioneers 11-7, but the Pioneers, they've caught up there. It was a wider margin. They're in the 5th inning. The Albany Glens Falls contest is in the 8th. So one down, runner at first here. We're in the bottom of the 8th at Colburn. Pilots facing an uphill climb here, down 8 runs, 9-1. There's strike 1. The pinch hitter, James Bear. Ball 2. Ball 1, make that. Check that. 1-1 the count. Bear bats right, throws right, 5'11", 200 pounds. Calls Clare, Michigan his hometown. And attends Delta College as a sophomore. Throw down to first, not in time. So Kissel, catcher for the RailRiders, came up. He's got a rifle of an arm. And that was a close play. Closer than you would have thought it would have been. At first. 2-1 the count now. On the batter, pinch hitter James Bear. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Bear hitting 189 for the season. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's one away. Gorman, that is, on at first. There's a Norman and there's a Gorman here in the Pilots. Ball bounces in front of the plate. Good job there by Kissel, the RailRiders catcher, keeping that one in front of him, letting it bounce off the chest protector. Full count, 3-2. Pilots Baseball on 1420 WACK.com. This pitch is outside for ball 4. So they get a couple runners aboard now with one away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pilots need a bunch. They trail by 8 runs, 9-1 to the Victor RailRiders here. Bottom of the 8th inning at Colburn. First pitch misses. Ball 1. Check that. James Bear is the pinch hitter now. With runners at first and second, 1 down. Okay. Good to know. This one smacked out to right field. Base hit. Up with it, Brooks. Good arm. Gets it back in a timely fashion. That'll hold up the runners. But they're loaded with Pilots now with one away here in the bottom of the 8th. For those watching on the internet, stay with us at the end of the game. We'll leave the stream going, the video stream for the fireworks finale, the spectacular end of the season fireworks show. Who's sponsoring the fireworks tonight, Bob? Who you got sponsoring the fireworks tonight? Lifetime Care, isn't it? Thank you. No. I think it's Lifetime Care. I'm pretty sure. Thank you. Travis gives me the thumbs up. It's not often you get a thumbs up from Travis, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Bases loaded, one away. Down low. Thanks. One away. 1-0 the count. Bob Oman in the booth, letting us know that the video stream will be left running for the fireworks show. I want to thank the Oman family, Bob and Leslie, for their hospitality and asking me to come out here and call these games. It's really been such a blast, such a great organization, and wonderfully professionally run organization at this level. It's just been a blast. So much fun, terrifying quite often, but fun. So 2-0 the count now. Here's the pitch. Yeah, it just misses for ball 3. That'll prompt Kissel to take a trot out to the hill. Talk with Saviano. Saviano not used to coming on in relief. He's a starting pitcher. This is the first time this season it's been used as anything but a starting pitcher. But for Victor, they've got the playoff locked in. They will be hosting the game on Saturday against the Utica Brewers for that one-game play-in playoff game. So while they certainly want to be competitive, they'd like to go into that game on an upswing. They're also not looking to wear anybody out. Here's the pitch. In tight, ball 4. Oh, Wiktorski will take first. And that'll bring a run across, forced in by that walk to Wiktorski. And Bartleman comes to the plate. Hey, it's baseball. You just never know. Crowd ready for something to happen. Here's the pitch to Bartleman. Takes inside for a ball. Left-handed hitting second baseman out of Columbia University, Kyle Bartleman. Well, he's playing third base tonight. I'm accustomed to seeing him in that second base slot. Bartleman getting the start at third, kind of mixing things up, the Pilots tonight for the finale. Nothing at stake. Give these guys a chance to play, see the game from a couple different angles than they might normally see it. This pitch is up and out, ball 2. Bases loaded, 1 down. 9-2 now the score, and this is down in the dirt kicking up dust, and the count goes 3-0. They're even in the hit column. 8 hits apiece for Victor and Newark. Run column, a different story. The RailRiders with 9 and only, now 3 for the Pilots as another run is walked in by John Saviano. Bartleman heads down to first with the free pass, and that'll bring Mark Martin to the plate. We're going to get a pitching change here. Don Schwam has seen enough. The Victor head coach heads out to the hill and will replace John Saviano. We'll wait and see who comes in here. Pilots have them loaded up. They've scored 2. Both came on bases loaded walks issued by John Saviano. They've closed the gap a bit. 6 runs now dividing these two teams. 9-3, Victor up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Well, I guess I might have jumped the gun, assuming that'd be a pitching change. Now just a conversation. And home plate umpire Eddie Collins wants to head out there and say, hey, how long do you expect this to take? First come, first serve hot dogs. My headphone cord, sir, won't reach that far. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to take advantage of that opportunity. So no pitching change. Pardon me on that one. Looked like there would be, but just a little talking to John Saviano. And we'll resume action. Mark Martin at the plate, right-handed hitting, playing second base. Take strike 1. Martin out of Lemoyne College. Had a good season, leads the team in average, .319 coming in, and slaps this one right at the first baseman. They're going to double up from second, and that'll end the inning. Line shot looked like it had a chance to get down the line out to right field, but Bolin, right at him, sticks up his glove, makes the put out over to second for the force there. It's a double play. The sides retire. We have finished 8 complete here at Colburn as they run from the booth to take advantage of those first come, first serve free hot dogs. And your score, Victor 9, Newark 3 on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
This is your love and reminder to try McDonald's new sirloin third-pound burgers, made with juicy 100% North American sirloin and premium ingredients. But they're only here for a limited time, and if you miss out, you'll never know how incredibly delicious they taste. Just like you'll never know how incredible it is to read people's minds.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Or see the inside of the refrigerator after you shut the door.
Dark.
Don't miss the sirloin third-pound burgers at McDonald's. Better enjoy this lovin' while it lasts. At participating McDonald's.
A fresh brewed sweet tea from McDonald's gives you sweet relief when you need it most. Like when you're on a deadline and your email keeps dinging and your work phone keeps ringing and your cell phone keeps buzzing. But your sweet tea's refreshing, so you're working and smiling and sipping while you're typing and talking and texting all at the same time.
Get sweet relief with McDonald's sweet tea. Grab a large for just $1. That's more lovin' for less at McDonald's. Limited time offer. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only.
The Newark Pilots and 1420 WACK.com. A winning combination.
Hey, welcome back to Colburn. A new pitcher on the hill for the that's going to be Josh Appel. 6th pitcher for the ball game for the Pilots, who picked up a couple there in the 8th inning and now trail by 6, 9-3. Over the Victor RailRiders. Victor will finish second in the West Division. They'll take on the Utica Brewers on Saturday for the right to play the West Division champion Elmira Pioneers. So Josh Appel comes in, 6'2", 200-pound right-handed pitcher, bats and throws right. Canadian import from Thornhill, Ontario, and attends Brockport College up north of the border. Josh Appel, right-handed hurler, coming on a relief here, entering the 9th inning of play here at Colburn Park. First pitch missing for ball 1. This should be the top of the order. Wagner. Ball 2. We'll check that in just a second. Moves him back a little bit. It's ball 3. Middle depth out there in left field. He is Jan. Spina in center. This one's hit on the ground out to short. Picked up by Wiktorski over to first. A throw in the dirt and gets by Lurch. No advance, but that'll put their leadoff man on here in the 9th inning for the RailRiders. And that'll bring Joe Simmons to the plate. So it was Tom Wagner leading things off, the second baseman from Cornell. Another Pilots E. That's 5 for the ball game. And again, nobody likes to make mistakes. Kind of hard to learn from them if you don't make them, though. Joe Simmons start this game in center field for the RailRiders, right-handed hitter. Facing Josh Appel, righty on the hill for the Pilots. This pitch is up high for a ball. We are in the top of the 9th inning. And while I have a chance here, get this pitch in. Swung on and fouled and out of play. Thank the Ullman family, Bob and Leslie Ullman, owners of the Newark Pilots, and the whole crew here for their hospitality. All the folks up here in the booth. Cooper Bellier keeping the stats. Travis Larner, he's the official media guy for the Pilots. Chase Webster is the cameraman down below, who has thus far avoided heat stroke most of the time. He had that one day he was a little shaky. Over on the scoreboard, taking care of the duties there, it's Michaela Ataro and Jeff Hayes, our public address announcer here in the booth from Colburn Park. Thanks to all the crew for their hospitality and pretty much tolerating me to this point. Even when they're like looking at me like the guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's lost his mind. We don't know what's going on down there. But, okay, they haven't thrown me out yet. So that either says something about their niceness. There's a walk. Something about their overall niceness and just genuine, warm, friendly spirit, or that the person before me was just that unfriendly. Never mind. I shouldn't go there, right? All right, I'm not going to go there. All right, not going to go there. All right, so the runner is now at first and second. No, I think it's just because they're warm and friendly. They really are. They've been a lot of help all the way. Like I said, this has just been a blast. It's been so much fun, kind of like living a dream for me. Ball outside. Nobody down, runners at first and second. Being able to call a ball game. You know, they asked me about it. I said, well, sure. I've listened to 1,000, if not more, many more on the radio. It sounds easy growing up listening to Ernie Harwell call the Detroit Tigers games up and out for a ball. And it's just been a blast. It's not the pros, but it's close enough for me. The sheer terror that I feel up here trying to call this game on some of these plays, I'm sure is not all that dissimilar from the terror felt in broadcast booths around the major leagues. Pitch swung on, big swing, and a miss by left-handed hitting Dale Wickham. And the count 2-1 now. First and second. Nobody away. Josh Appel now on the hill for the Pilots. Here's the pitch. Missing for ball 3. Well, control problems for the RailRiders in the bottom of the 8th inning led to a couple runs for the Pilots. Josh Appel trying to find the strike zone now for the Pilots, and he got it there. Wickham thought a little bit differently, and he said, well, I wouldn't be needing this lumber. Now he's going to have to go back over and pick that bat back up and get reset. Full count, runners at first and second, nobody down, top of the 9th, up by 6. Victor over Newark, 9-3. Way outside. That's no doubt about. And he will walk down to first with the free pass. That'll bring Nick Bolin to the plate. Bases are loaded with RailRiders. Nobody down here. In the top of the ninth, Josh Appel trying to get himself out of a jam. And this ball is hit on the ground foul down the first baseline. And again, no pitcher is going to want to be in a situation like this, loading the bases with nobody away late in the ball game. But if you never got to be in that situation, at a level like this, it'll be easier next time you find yourself in the same boat, having gone through it. Nick Bolin, left-handed hitter at the plate, swinging and missing. Another big swing. Bolin, left-handed hitting first baseman, playing first base out of St. Leo College for the RailRiders. Compact left-handed hitter gets back into his stance, holds that bat up high. Josh Appel goes into the windup, delivers, swung on and missed. Strike three. So Appel picks up a big K. Gotta like the way that feels after loading him up with nobody away. Put some heat on the ball and get a strikeout. And now you're facing Aaron Endress, the shortstop out of Norfolk State. Endress, right-handed hitter. Appel, right-handed hurler on the hill, deals outside for ball one. Fireworks after the game, and the video stream will remain on. For those who couldn't make it out here tonight, we all feel bad for you. Ball outside, that you couldn't be here. Big crowd on hand, just about everybody else is. But we understand there's some people just can't make it for one reason or another. Other obligations, perhaps you had to work, or feeling under the weather, whatever the case. We're glad you could follow along here on 1420 WACK.com and NewarkPilots.com. And if you're ever in a situation up high, ball three, where you can't do either of those things and follow the live video stream and watch the pilots in action, you can always follow on Twitter at NewarkPilots. Say you're at work or something, and it just wouldn't be practical to spend all your time watching the game on the internet. There's a strike. Well, it might be practical, but not preferable by your employer. So you can follow along on Twitter and get updates at NewarkPilots. 3-1 the count. Bases are full, no place to put him. Here's the pitch, and he's going to miss. And that's going to push in a run. Drew Kissel now comes to the plate. 10 runs now for the RailRiders, and they lead it 10-3. Well, suffering, going through tough times, hardship, adversity, makes you want success just all the more. You can bet they'll field a competitive team out here at Colburn next season. Here's the pitch. Strike one. Kissel, left-handed hitting catcher out of St. Catharines. We are in the ninth inning here at Colburn, 10-3. Victor up over the Pilots. Appel's going to step off now. Bases loaded with RailRiders with just one away. Appel trying to mitigate things, limit the damage. Pitch swung on and hit sharply, but right at Wiktorski over to second for one. The relay will not be in time, but the runner did not slide there. They're going to call him out at first. So it will be a double play completed. Good job, Wiktorski over to Martin at second. The runner coming in did not go down. Could have called that interference. Martin made the relay anyway. They get the double play, and out of that jam and on to the final frame for the Pilots. We're heading for the bottom of the ninth. Your score, Victor 10, Newark 3 on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
This is your loving reminder to try McDonald's new sirloin third-pound burgers, made with juicy 100% North American sirloin and premium ingredients. But they're only here for a limited time, and if you miss out, you'll never know how incredibly delicious they taste. Just like you'll never know how incredible it is to read people's minds.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Or see the inside of the refrigerator after you shut the door.
Dark.
Don't miss the sirloin third-pound burgers at McDonald's. Better enjoy this lovin' while it lasts. At participating McDonald's.
A fresh brewed sweet tea from McDonald's gives you sweet relief when you need it most. Like when you're on a deadline and your email keeps dinging and your work phone keeps ringing and your cell phone keeps buzzing. But your sweet tea's refreshing, so you're working and smiling and sipping while you're typing and talking and texting all at the same time.
Get sweet relief with McDonald's sweet tea. Grab a large for just $1. That's more lovin' for less at McDonald's. Limited time offer. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only.
The Newark Pilots and 1420 WACK.com. A winning combination.
And we're back at Colburn. New pitcher on the hill for the RailRiders. That's James Campbell. 6'2", 160, Davenport, Iowa. He hails from and attends Kirkwood Community College. See if I can get his stats here. Campbell, 6 games, all in relief, 6 2/3 innings pitched. He is 0-0 and sports a 9.44 ERA. So they're down to their last ups, trailing by a bunch, 7 runs to Victor here in the bottom of the 9th. The Newark Pilots. And what we're going to do is reach into this bucket over here. We had all the folks out here put their names into the bucket. I managed to snag a couple of concert tickets from Big Dog Country, my day job. And I think I'll have Travis reach in there. We're going to do 2 or 1. You guys are going to decide that. You either pick 2 names out of there. I'm holding them up here so you can't peek in there, Travis. You pick either 1 or 2, and then we'll divvy up the goodies amongst the staff. I'm not sure if those meet with Travis's approval. You going to pass them over to me at some point, or? Okay. Here's the pitch. Swinging and missing. Here's Corey Lurch, the leadoff man. Will be the bottom of the order. Lurch, Lanza, and Wegman. Jeff is a winner, and Rich Gaines is a winner. Jeff, it's got to be Jeff Hayes. This one in the air and caught. Going a long way out there. It fell. Okay. Base hit. My mistake. So excited for Jeff still. It looked like the second baseman, Wagner, he would travel a long way backpedaling to go after that high fly ball. But it drops in, and the Pilots have their leadoff man on, and Mike Lanza coming to the plate. That belongs to the guy down there. All right. And Rich Gaines. Who is Rich? We don't know. He's downstairs. Okay. I feel bad for everybody who didn't win. I always do. It's the worst thing, but I feel great for the people who did. We'll pass this down. You pass that down to the other end of the booth here and give that to public address announcer Jeff Hayes. I know Jeff is probably one of those guys. You know, he does the public addressing. Well-spoken. He's probably one of those wild guys at the concerts. You know what I mean? Here the runner's going down to second, uncontested with a stolen base. Will go Lurch. You're welcome. Enjoy. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. 2-2 now, the count. I'm not that way at everything I go to, at every concert or every bar band I see or every baseball game. I'm sitting in the park. It's a little bit harder to do it when you're all alone at a sparsely attended event and you're the wild man going, shouting and yelling all the time, the whole time. Yeah, go, and all this sort of stuff because people look at you funny. Not that I'm not used to that already. But on a lot of occasions, yeah, I think I'd be just like Jeff, one of those people. I mean, you're going to go, you're going to have a good time. It's such a great way to kind of like, get it out. Where else can you like legally just yell, scream, and shout at the top of your lungs and have a good time and not get arrested? Don't ask me how I know that. Swinging and missing there for strike 3 is Lanza. Pinch hitter here. Logan Haresta. Only seen Logan on a couple of occasions. Big kid, 6'6", 235 out of Webster. Local product. Attends the University of Buffalo as a freshman. Right-handed hitter. Haresta takes outside for a ball. So he will be hitting at the bottom of the order. One down. They've got a runner at second, and this is tap foul. Twisted him around on that pitch. That's James Campbell on the hill now for the Victor RailRiders. Ball two. 2-1 the count now. Bottom of the ninth, final frame. Unless they can put together a big rally here and go into extra innings of the Newark Pilots season. Stays outside for a ball. You just never know. I know it's improbable. The odds are way against it. It'd be highly unusual, but you can't say that it hasn't happened before, and probably everybody in this booth has seen it occur on at least one occasion. 3-1, the count. Swung on, hit chopping down to third base. Long throw across is in time for the out. Now throw back to third, maybe not so well advised, and then safely is Lurch. They made it close, though. Made it close, but not that it would have been that big of a deal, I guess, to allow Newark to score a run at that point. 2 down now, runner at third. And Will Gorman comes to the plate. The leadoff man. Good year here in Newark for Will Gorman. Set a team record for home runs. Big swing at that one. Misses for strike one. Hit his 5th home run back in the 6th inning of play. Towering shot over the right center field wall. His 5th of the season, setting the regular season record here in Newark for home runs. And one of only 3 Pilots runs. Tap foul. And the only one created by hits, as the other 2 runs were pushed across on pass balls by the RailRiders pitching staff. Bases loaded walks, allowing a couple runs to score back in the 8th inning. We're in the bottom of the 9th. This is check swing, ground ball out to shortstop. Long throw is not going to get there in time. That will get a run across. Give the crowd something to cheer about. As if those free hot dogs weren't enough something to cheer about. Now they've got something going here in the bottom of the 9th. So they trim the gap now to 6 runs, 10-4 the score. Going to bring Anthony Spina to the plate. Well, Gorman with an infield single. That one just a slow kind of chopper. It took a long time to get out the shortstop. Pitch misses for ball 1. Bottom of the 9th inning at Colburn Park. That gets the corner for a strike. Trying to keep this alive for just a little bit longer, the Newark Pilots, and delay the inevitable. There's a strike. But hey, you're young, it's summertime, you're out the ballpark, you got a big crowd on hand. Who wants to stop playing? But with 2 outs, the Pilots need a bunch. Swung on and missed, and that'll do it. That wraps it up. The game and the season for the Pilots comes to a conclusion here at Colburn against the Victor RailRiders. They pick up another one here in the 9th, but fall short. Final score, Victor 10, Newark 4 on your Newark Pilots Broadcast Network. Back with the wrap-up and the Nichols numbers after this.
Mark's Pizzeria in Newark has great combo specials. Choose your combo and add-ons like their chicken fingers, pasta, mac and cheese, or fried ravioli. Add it to Mark's delicious pizza and save with their family and dinner combos. Get your coupon and order online at NewarkPilots.tv. For great tasting pizzas, subs, wings, calzones, pasta, and more, make it Mark's. Mark's Pizzeria in Newark. Simply the best. Call 331-4974.
Mark's Pizzeria.
One Ford F-Series truck is sold every 42 seconds, and that's how long it takes a new one to get put to work. Right now, Concord Ford has the best deals on all remaining 2014 Ford trucks, including factory rebates of up to $5,750 on Ford F-150s. Test drive the all-new aluminum body 2015 Ford trucks, or if you're hungry for fun, see the head-turning, heart-pounding new Mustang GTs. Available now at Concord Ford, Route 31 in Newark, where you'll always get that nice feeling called confidence.
It's summer barbecue time. Is a new deck in your future? Secor does complete deck packages. With Secor decks, every member of your family can enjoy the great outdoors. Secor is famous for custom deck design and construction of quality-built decks and gazebos, along with hot tub and pool decks. Visit one of Secor's 3 convenient locations in Newark, Savannah, and Ontario today and schedule your personal deck or patio consultation. Secor, your complete solution. The New York Yankees are on Hometown Sports, 1420 WACK.
Jeter hits a long drive to right center field. That ball is high, it is far, it is gone!
Listen for live game action all season long as the Yankees pursue another AL pennant. Yankees Baseball is brought to you by New Tradition Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC, Key Homes, Foley & Foley, Progressive Graphics and Printing, DJM Equipment, and Savannah Bank on Hometown Sports, 1420 WACK.
And welcome back to Colburn Park Fireworks. The big finale of the season. The gigantic fireworks display live on the video stream for those at home who couldn't make it out here. We feel for you. It's the next best thing. You're watching it at home where we're set to bring you the Nichols numbers of the game brought to you by Nichols Financial Services with offices in Newark, Sodus, and Seneca Falls, serving your financial future. So the Pilots fall in the finale here 10-4 to the Victor RailRiders. Victor, 10 runs on just 8 hits. The Pilots actually out-hitting them 10-8. The Pilots could only manage 4 runs out of those 10 hits. They committed 5 errors, contributing to the Victor cause along the way. And fall in the regular season finale meant nothing really for either team. Newark eliminated last night with the loss to Mohawk Valley. And Victor has been set in their playoff position in second for a while. They will play on Saturday Utica. The Utica Brewers advanced to the playoffs for the first time in their history. They've been in the league, I believe it is 3 years, 3 seasons now. So the Pilots' misfortune, the Utica Brewers' good fortune, as they reached the playoffs for the first time in that team's existence. They'll play that one game in Victor on Saturday for the right to take on the West Division champion Elmira Pioneers. See if I can get the out-of-town scoreboard updated for you. The fireworks behind us in the sky. And the only thing still in question was who would be the third-place team in the East. Albany and Glens Falls going into tonight, playing head-to-head on the last game of the regular season, were tied. And whoever won the game tonight would be in, while the other would go home. And as I wait for the refresh here, it looks at this point like that will be Albany. last report, they were in the 9th inning, so I'm going to assume this is the final now. And the Albany Dutchmen down the Glens Falls Dragons 7-1. So they get to play the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. We saw them last night on that hot, sticky evening here at Colburn, and they're a hot team. 10-1 in their last 11 games, heading into the playoffs on a roll. So whoever wins there Saturday, Mohawk Valley and Albany at this point, it appears it will get the final playoff position in the East. They earn the right to tangle with the reigning champs, the Amsterdam Mohawks. Amsterdam tonight playing at Saugerties, or home hosting Saugerties. And they were up 4-3 in extra innings. Another big year for Amsterdam. A disappointment for the Newark Pilots as they missed the playoffs for the first time in their 5-year team existence. But they'll be back, and every good baseball fan knows there's always next year. So that'll wrap it up for our broadcast. Nichols Number is brought to you by Nichols Financial Services in Newark, Sodas, and Seneca Falls, serving your financial future. I want to thank again everybody here at the park, Colburn, for their hospitality, the Oman family, Bob and Leslie, for asking me to come down and call some baseball games. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a blast all the way. And we'll leave you with, speaking of a blast, the fireworks grand finale display here live from Colburn on 1420 WACK.com and NewarkPilots.com. Don't forget, keep up with the Newark Pilots all the time at NewarkPilots.com. Follow them in the off-season. And keep up with everything happening in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League at PGCBL. Perfect Game Baseball League, PGCBL.com. That'll do it for me. Thanks to everybody out there listening. Stonehill, live from Colburn on the Newark Pilots Broadcast Network.
Newark Pilots Baseball on 1420 WACK.com is brought to you in part by Concord Ford, by Market Alternatives, Gilbert Automotive Supply, by Nicholas Financial, by Magnum Auto Parts, by Walmart, Mark's Pizzeria, and the Lions National Bank. The Newark Pilots.
It's summer barbecue time. Is a new deck in your future? Secor does complete deck packages. With Secor decks, every member of your family can enjoy the great outdoors. Secor is famous for custom deck design and construction of quality-built decks and gazebos, along with hot tub and pool decks. Visit one of Secor's 3 convenient locations in Newark, Savannah, and Ontario today and schedule your personal deck or patio consultation. Secor, your complete solution. The New York Yankees are on Hometown Sports, 1420 WACK.
Jeter hits a long drive to right center field. That ball is high, it is far, it is gone!
Listen for live game action all season long as the Yankees pursue